Okay, I just wanted to let everyone know I am here, but I had a promo queued up to Instagram and didn't like save when I was out of the app, so I had to retype it. Anyway, it's fine. So I'm just gonna do that really quick, but I'm here. And in the meantime, I figure I'll let the poll run, because oh wow, everyone, bike heads. Bus heads roll out. Don't worry, I plan to do all of these at some point. I don't know if it'll be tonight or if it'll be like I might do multiple streams of motors, like just motor things, because I'm not very good at drawing them. I'm not bad, but I could be better. And I think it would be good to practice with like different things. Looking because I'm fatigued. Have a good stream, Critter. Thank you, Calypso. Also, I'm so sorry, I had like a coughing fit right before I went live. I don't know why, I think I just swallowed water the wrong way, so if I'm like clearing my throat, I'm okay. It's literally just that I swallowed water wrong. Hopefully it'll go away as I talk. Like that, smiles. Okay, there we go, it's shared. Yippee! Car. Don't worry, I actually have two cars too. I have hold on, I have to remember the names. I'm not a car guy, but I did want to make sure I actually got the names so if someone asked, I could tell them. Because, like, it feels kind of goofy. Okay, so one is a Figaro, and the other one is a Beetle. I don't think it's as specific. This has no license plate, so well, I guess the license plate wouldn't say what kind of car it is. Forrest might be able to tell. It looks like bike is sweeping, though. So I think the first thing we'll start with is a bike. Can we get a public transport? Well, I will do trains at some point. I just wanted to stick to compact objects tonight, so to speak. But later we will. All right, well, so in the meantime, I can switch over and I can start importing my references, because I have a whole folder saved of things. And I made sure that the vehicles I was doing were going to be mostly the same. Or if they weren't mostly the same, they had a good angle to them. This one I got a lot of the same bike. Vroom vroom, welcome in. Also, I've got a hat already. God, one of these nights we have to do hats. Like, we just have to draw the hats. I keep saying that, but I keep having work to do that's not fun work. I just ate a bowl of raw noodles. I feel kind of goofy right now. Guys, I had a delicious hot pot stew. I had hot pot before this, and it was so good. And I forgot how nice eating... We finally went to the grocery store. We did. We haven't gone to the grocery store in, like, way too long. And we finally went today, and it was so nice. Coming back and having multiple vegetables and proteins and fruit in our refrigerator, I actually felt like a real person for the first time. I was like, wow, this is how it's supposed to look. This is how the refrigerator is supposed to look like. And not just a bunch of condiments and tortillas. Straight up four-leafing it? Exactly. I had a bok choy with dinner tonight. Tomorrow I'm gonna make udon, and I'm gonna put beef and bok choy in it. It's gonna be delicious. I'm looking forward to breakfast. Sounds like Harper's being bad. Do I need to occasionally poke you to go buy food? No, it's literally we just don't have time to do it. Pet, thank you, Cyan64. Should draw a hat for Critter that is a top hat. My favorite. That's why I wear one. I might do a top hat. So one of the things that I remember was studying bikes, specifically when I drew Leica's bike, was to get the shapes of the bike. Like, you don't even want to think about the details until you have the general shapes figured out, because if you start getting fixated on the details, you're not going to understand the rhythm or, like, essentially, like, the gesture of the bike. It might sound weird to say it, but, like, all vehicles are animals with anatomy that is unfamiliar to us, because they don't have legs and snouts and tails per se, but they do have a fixed anatomy that's shared between the air quotes species. And so when I do like studies of vehicles, I typically try to find out like the general shapes, like where does this tire attach to the steer? Where does this attach to the body of the bike? And then I go from there. And it looks like here is where this is attached. I can't really see it here from this angle, but that's okay. And there's like this weird... Okay, so there's a body for the bike, and the basket is attached to the body, not the front of the bike. So you can steer the bike behind the basket. Huh. I'll draw the basket after then. Because this is going to be here. But anyway, yeah, we went grocery shopping. It was beautiful. And, the other thing, okay, so we went to 2 grocery stores. There's 2 grocery stores that we go to. We go to a American grocery store, and we go to an Asian grocery store, because a lot of the foods that we eat aren't at the American grocery store. And there's like a lot that happens at the grocery store. It's not anything like crazy. It's just like fun things that I want to share. So for one, we finally got these little strawberry milks that are the same brand as the banana milk that I use and I make my lattes with. And so what Forrest is doing right now in the background that you can hear is he's foaming strawberry milk, and he's making espresso shots, and then he's gonna drizzle chocolate syrup like very lightly on top, and it's gonna be like gonna be a Valentine's latte. Because I had the idea when we were looking at the milk online, because I was like looking and I'm like, oh, what other flavors do they have? They have taro and they have banana. Please photograph it. I have fur next to me, or I'm sorry, I mean I am available for photography next to me. But that was one of the things we found, so I was really excited about that. Forrest saw coconut strip candies that he likes, and they came in a little heart-shaped box, and he's like, I can't get these because I'd eat the whole box. And I'm like, but you like them? And he's like, yeah, but I'll eat the whole box. I'm like, that's what they're for. You're supposed to eat candy. And he was like, yeah, but we don't need them. And I was like, it's like almost Valentine's Day. Just get the coconut candy. It's fine. I'll get it for you, because like I'm a grocery guy. And so he got those. I got, what else was it? I tried a new coffee today and it was bad, but that's not exciting news. That's sad news. But the actual cool part, but I eat the whole box. Exactly. It's good for you. Like it's, well, not good for you, but like you're supposed to eat candy. What else is it supposed to do? Just take up space in your cupboard? No. The cool part was, why is Forrest literally me? Oh, I'm not drawing. You're so right. Hold on. Let me see if I fix that. Yeah, fixed it. Okay. So the cool part of the trip was at this grocery store, there's a lady that works there like pretty much every single time we go there. It's the same lady. I think she may either own the store or like be in the family that owns the store, because unless she just really likes her job, you know, usually people aren't there every single day that you go to a store. And I do think it's a family-owned store, too. All that to say, we have seen this lady every single time we've gone there, and the first time that I met her and I, like, tried to talk to her, she was kind of quiet, and looked a little bit grumpy, but I tried not to, like, take it to heart, because I'm like, you know, if I was working in a grocery store and I had to deal with people all day long, I probably wouldn't be chatty either. Thank you, baby. Mm-hmm. Hold on, I have to take a picture with it as instructed by chat. So I was trying, like, to understand, and I kept at it. Every time we were there, I made sure to, like, talk to her and ask how her day was going and, like, just, like, small talk stuff. And so recently, the last few times we've gone, I think she recognizes us now, and she actually, when I waved to her today, like, smiled and, like, waved back, and I was like, yes! And when we were talking to her at the checkout line, she was, like, really sweet, and I was, you know, we were talking about, like, the snow, and that it's cold, and, like, how our grocery run was cheaper this time because we didn't get as many desserts, and she kind of, like, giggled, because I'm like, yeah, like, we sometimes, we get a lot of, like, sweets when we come, but it was really nice, because it was, like, I'd been, you know, we've bumped into her, like, every single time we've been there for, like, the past year and a half, and it was nice to know that, like, she both recognizes us, is nice to us, and also, like, it paid off. Something about, like, someone who was originally a little more closed off becoming friendly over time is, like, so satisfying. When I make connections with a stranger and have a good interaction, it just made me happy. Like, my thought is she probably has to deal with like so much crazy shit as a checkout lady, and I'm sure people like she's especially because when I worked customer service, I got this way sometimes at Starbucks. You get kind of guarded because you're worried that anyone that's nice is trying to pull something, and anyone could be cranky at you if like you don't do something right. So I understand why she might like not be as like warm and fuzzy when we first talked, but I'm just kind of glad that like, you know, keeping to it paid off. Cause she seemed nice. Like she seemed like she would be a nice lady. She looks like someone's like grandma or like just older mom, and I was just like, I'm gonna see if I can be niceies. And it worked. Being niceies works. She's auntie, exactly. Well, the thing that mainly tipped me off is that she had like some kids' drawings behind her booth, and I was just like, so you're not mean. I know you're a nice person. I think you're probably just tired at his job and just trying to get through the day. Working food service was a nightmare in psychosis. You never know what the worker is going through. Exactly. And yes, we're driving vehicle. That's why I never tried. Like, someone could just be having a bad day. Someone could have just dealt with a really crappy customer. Someone might be used to dealing with crappy customers. So, like, even the first few times that they're, like, waiting for you to, like, pop at them. So I wanted to, like, give it time. And it, you know, it worked. Mostly. And the thing is, I say it worked like it was some part of some evil scheme. But literally all I wanted was to see her smile. Like, it made me sad to think that she was there like all day and was like not happy. So I was like, I'm going to see if I can see the happy side of you, and if just being nice will do that. Because I know what that's like. I know what it's like to like work a job where you're just like tired and you're just like waiting to go home. Where'd you get these references? Pinterest! If you just look at Pinterest and go through, like, the image rabbit holes, eventually you'll get similar-looking vehicles to each other. You can't really look up, like, vehicle or vehicle name, but if you just find a picture of a car you think looks cool, and you keep clicking on the related images, eventually it'll take you down an image rabbit hole. Because you'll see with all the references that I have tonight, is that worker mad on you, or are they actually on their 5th 8-hour shift in a row? Exactly, so I have no way of knowing, and I wanted to see the person that she was, not the way that the job had, like, made her. Does that make sense? Because, like, I would want someone to... If I was crabby, or if I was, like, short with someone, I'd want them to, like, understand it's likely not them, it's just that I'm exhausted. So, I wanted to get to know her, because she seemed nice. And because we're going back to that same damn grocery store over and over again, so I might as well, right? Like, I'm gonna be there. That was our nice thing today. The other nice thing is that Forrest found a steak that was like $8. Oh, I didn't share the coffee with chat. You're so right. Hold on. I shared it with the Discord. I just shared it but not with you guys. Being able to hear your stories about just regular life, it makes me really excited about getting older and the responsibilities that come with it, or at least the eases of some of the anxieties. Oh yeah. Like, I'll say one of the things about getting older is I'm tired a lot. But I don't ever, like, it's not a resentful tired. It's more just like okay, there's a lot to do, but here's how I'm going to do it. And, if I don't get it all done today, then there's always tomorrow, but I do need to get some of it done today. And that's kind of how it is. Like, it's, oh my God, this is a huge picture. Hold on. Here's me and my latte. Me and my latte. Furret, yeah. It is really good, I can't lie. I think the chocolate... I just came back and Furret. No, it's me, guys. What's that mug? It is a Moomin mug that my friend got for me for my birthday. I could probably take a better picture of it when it's light outside and not filled with liquid, because I'm scared I will spill it on something. It is scrumptious. It's a good latte. One thing I'm running into with the basket here is I think... No, actually, I drew it pretty... I'm going to just draw the shapes instead of trying to draw the individual wires, because I think that's where I messed up here. Oh, it looks like there's a light on the other side, too. But if I can get the shapes of it, then I can maybe understand. Oh, it looks weird. Hold on. Hold on. That's me and my latte. That's me and my coffee losing my religion. Can Varus take our orders too? Honestly, we've joked about it before, but if we ever have to pick like a retirement job or like something that we want to do when we're old, both of us want to run a cafe together. But specifically a cat cafe, because we adopted Harbor from a cat cafe. So we want to give other kitties the chance to have the same. Also because it means I could interact with a net increase of cats without owning more cats, because I think that Fars would die. Regarding Pinterest search for specific kinds of cars, I think it may depend on how specific you are and the model you're searching for. Pinterest searching 1957 Cadillac Coupe de Ville brought up only pictures of that car. Oh, it's good to know that Pinterest search engine actually works for that. Critter Cafe, that would be a good name. That would be a really good name. I mean, it's not just critters. It's not critters general. It would be cats, but like Critter Cafe is a really cute cafe name. Okay, so there is a light here. God, this is such a... There's so many things on this. I picked a really complicated bike to draw for my first one. But, like, I think part of the charm of some vehicles is the ornate nature. Like, some of the things we have later on are a little more simple. Like, we have a bus, we have a Beetle, we have a Cadillac? No. Fernando is not a Cadillac, it's something else. Also, there's like almost a bevel here. More places should be names like puns. I would agree with that. This is my first time catching stream. What's your favorite and least favorite vehicle to draw? I would say that I actually struggle because I want to say I don't have a least favorite thing to draw. Maybe other than stairs. I just really hate stairs because it feels like no matter how hard I try with those, I never am satisfied with what I do. And they always take so much time for kind of like a mediocre payout. So that's probably like my least favorite thing general. But when it comes to other things, typically I don't have a least favorite thing to draw because even challenging things like make me feel like I worked harder. So they feel good to draw. But I would say the hardest thing for me to draw is bikes, which is honestly maybe why it's good that we're starting out with a bike, because this is genuinely like one of the harder things for me to do. Stairs make you draw... I'm allowing cuntiest. We should bring back medieval tavern naming systems. But yeah, bikes are hard. My favorite vehicle to draw would probably be like, whenever someone's like draw a car, I always draw a pickup truck for some reason, but very specifically I draw like Japanese pickup trucks because I think that they look nice. I want one really bad, but importing them is expensive. I also like really don't have a need for a pickup truck. Like I like them because they do all the things that a pickup truck does, but they're compact like a normal car. So I could help Forrest move gardening stuff, but I don't garden, my boyfriend gardens, so it's not really for me. It's just that I like Japanese pickup trucks, and I'm like giving it a reason that's not the actual reason that I want it, and the actual reason is just I like it. I have a Suzuki is one of the things that we're gonna maybe draw tonight, a Suzuki pickup truck. They're like animals to me. They're literally like they're like bugs. They're literally like bugs to me. That's how I started thinking about vehicles, specifically like bikes, when I was struggling with them. And it like, for whatever reason, that worked. Thinking of bikes like insects, I was like, oh no, I get it now. I understand. Except this one I haven't quite figured out the shape of, so I'm like, what are you? Actually, maybe I have. Like, I think it's here. This one is more of a horse, if anything. Or possibly the humble mule. Okay, wait, that's too low. Because this needs to attach here. For this, like, spoke-esque thing. I guess that's, like, a part of the engine? Or protects the engine? This bike is a horse to you? It is. Some bikes is bugs, some bikes is horses. Some bikes are like... Honestly, I think they're mostly just bikes and horses. Or they're mostly just bugs and horses. Because some bikes are like something a knight would drive into battle, and then some of them are like futuristic. And those are the bugs, to me. Interesting. The top bar is this. Okay. Weird. Won't question it. Mighty Steed, exactly. Has anyone seen... There's like art pieces people have done where like it's a knight, but they're on a motorcycle, so they're like in full like armor, like chain armor, but they're riding like a Harley. Actually, really, we should talk about it. I don't think a knight would ride a Harley, personally. No, I don't think they would. But I feel like I've seen those. They're so good. They're also always gay. Just got back from dinner. What I miss? We're discussing bikes as bugs and bikes as horses. Harleys are not a knight kind of vehicle. I was thinking about it because it's like, they're like prissy. They're like show horses to me. Like a Harley is not like a working bike. It's like what an old man rides with his friends to like show off that he has money. And it's like, I still like the bikes. I think they're cool, but they don't impress me the way that I think that people who own Harleys want them to impress me. Have you seen Nimona? I have not. They are gay. It just always happens. I know. It's because gay people have taste. So of course the person that draws knight on motorcycle would be gay or want to make gay art. Knight's riding a giant bug like a centipede. That's actually a Pokemon art piece I've seen. Someone drew a knight riding Scolipede. And I think about it all the time. I'm like, this is so awesome. Bug horse for real. Also, wait, I have to finish my coffee before it gets cold. Also, speaking of other things that are good, Kendrick Lamar's new album is really good. Farsa, I've been listening to it every time we draw. It's either Kendrick or Doechii. And then Just Sticky by Tyler. I need to venture out. I need to listen to Tyler's other new songs, but I've literally just been locked the fuck into to Sticky. It's really good. He likes Balloon, and I'm like neutral on Balloon. I think that Tyler and Doechii sound good together. I'm just kind of like, meh, take it or leave it. It's a very intimidating mount, this one. I honestly think that this looks like... I don't know, this is like a work bike. That's kind of why I like it. It looks like something that you'd run around to make deliveries, and that's fun to me. Denial's a River is so good. Oh, I love that one. I like Catfish. I think that's a good fucking song. Resisting the urge to hate on SUVs again? Well, I'm not a car guy, so I want to hear. Normally I'm like, I encourage peace in this chat, but I do love haterism on things that just don't matter. Like the car's feelings aren't going to get hurt. You could tell me to my face that you hate a specific Pokemon that I really love, and I'm just going to be like, okay, it's a fictional beast at the end of the day. Like, okay, for example, someone I know who you may also know, who is a dear friend of mine, and remember, I'm the Eevee guy. I love Eevee. I have an entire wall of Eevee behind me. Hates the Eeveelutions. Like, thinks they are so boring, does not care for them, does not like them, and I am still good friends with this person because at the end of the day, it does not fucking matter. It's just toys. It's just creatures. I will say that hating SUVs does matter because it's very much safety and environment concern, among other things. Oh, I mean, that's fair. You're stronger than me. When people say they don't like things I like, I lunge at them like a rabid wild animal. I will say if it's like, okay, here's the thing. If it's unprecedented, like they're just hating for no reason but to be a dick, like, yeah, I'll be kind of cunty to them, but I'm not going to be like, you deserve the death penalty because you have a different opinion than me. It's just like, you know, have some class about it. But if we're friends and I'm talking about something and my friend goes, I'm going to be honest, I don't really like that. I'm going to be like, we're not going to go like, we have to divorce now. I'm just going to be curious. I'm going to be like, go on. Why not? Because I like you and I respect your opinion, so I want to understand. Kind of cunty? Okay, slay. That's like when people... Did I ever... I think I told you guys I used to, like, do competitive Pokemon back when I was in high school. Or at least I, like, knew the general law of the land with doing competitive Pokemon battling. So every time one of the guys in my class was shitting all over fairy types, I ran a mono fairy team. Also, thank you for the resub, Ectoviolet. I'm curious what your friends think the evolutions ought to be. Not exist. This person does not like the EVs. Not like, you know, they shouldn't be real, but like they just think they're boring. So, and honestly, as someone that likes them, I fully see it. I like the cute creatures. Clearly one of my favorite Pokemon, in Chimera's words, is Furret, which is a Route 1 shitmon, but I like it. It's cute. Oh yeah, but I used to run a Mono Fairy team, and every time they said that, I was like, sure, and then I would just kill them. I would, and slowly too. I did not run like a very offensive team. I was like a death by stall and poison, and then so they had every opportunity to get me, but they didn't because my team was good. Mostly, I just like intimidating people in things that don't matter. Like when it comes to people like in areas of expertise that I enjoy, I do like to flex a little bit. Especially when people are shitting on things that I like. You are necessary evil. Let's say it's like lawful evil. And it's not even all the time. It's just when someone's being meanies for no reason. But I don't do that anymore. Honestly, if you asked me to get in the competitive scene now, I'd have no idea what was happening. I'm like Grandpa. Okay, Grandpa, it's time to get back to bed. Remember when running Mega Gardevoir was a good idea? Actually, they don't even have the Megas in the game anymore. I don't think. Basically, in the US, cars have emission and safety regulations that are costly to manufacture if not met, but light trucks built to haul things, such as the pickup truck, are exempt. An SUV is essentially what you get when a station wagon is made worse and bigger, so it counts as a light truck to dodge regulations. SUVs are massive, heavy, incompatible with car crash safety, and practically built to crush small children. Jesus! See, I didn't like them just because I think that they're bulky for no fucking reason, and I can't understand what their purpose is. My favorite Pokemon story goes to a Smogon jerk talking shit about one of my Pokemon, Stunfisk, and then I promptly kicked his ass with it. You are stronger than so many people, because having a Pokemon like Stunfisk as your favorite, it's like, again, said friend really likes Bruxish? I don't know how to say the name as well. People hate that fucking thing. People are so mean to Bruxish and Stunfisk. And Quillfish, like any of the like kind of weirder fish Pokemon, they're so mean to them. But the thing is, the Pokedex wouldn't be the Pokedex if it didn't have a full set of creatures. And that means that some of the creatures can't be cute, fuzzy mammals. They have to be the kind of fucking weird fish. I came into Furt having a treat. That's me. That's me with my latte my boyfriend made me. I originally didn't like Stunfisk until I ran a team with it, and now it's one of my beloved weirdos. That is how it happens with Pokemon. Is like, you don't like it, and then you start using it, and you become one of its greatest defenders. Actually, what happened with me and like Poplio, I would say Rowlet is still my favorite of the Alola starters, just because I love Bird. But I will say that Poplio was the starter I used because people were being so mean to it that it actually made me upset, so I decided to use it to stick up for it, and then it became my baby. Now I love Poplio. That's my little guy. but Brugshis is ugly, I ask you to look at the humble parrotfish. Also, sometimes things that are ugly are good. Like, have you thought about it? If everything was beautiful and everything was cute, then nothing would be cute. If you would be filled in a world with cute creatures... It's like Animal Crossing, right? If there weren't Animal Crossing villagers that some people didn't like, then there would be no desirability for Animal Crossing villagers. It would just all be like nothing. Not to mention, things that you might consider ugly are beautiful to someone else. Taste is all about perspective and all individual. Exactly like my evolution friend. Understanding that people are going to find different beauty in different things from you is both important and healthy to good friendships. And also trying to find the beauty that they find in things that you don't. Like, for example, there are certain Pokemon that before I completely overlooked that after having new friends and talking to them, I was like, I do like that little guy. Brugshis is actually based on the pig-nosed triggerfish, which I dare say looks even worse than the parrotfish. The pig-nosed triggerfish is a state fish of Hawaii. Oh, which is why it's part of the Alola-dex. I didn't know that. I thought it was parrotfish because of the teeth, but that makes a lot more sense. Because I didn't think parrotfish lived in... Do they live in Hawaii? I've never been to Hawaii, so I don't know. I've been to some reefs, but not Hawaii. Which, honestly, I think I'll keep that way. As beautiful as I think, like, the flora and fauna are, I want to respect the fact that Hawaii's already ridden with tourism, and they don't need another random person there. I can see pictures of the fish, it's fine. I don't think we have parrotfish here. Wait, Chigoli, I didn't realize you lived in Hawaii. I don't know why I never put that together. No, you've said that before, haven't you? Because I was talking about that at one point. It's also a clownfish. It has clown makeup and a squirt flower. Oh, like on its head. I went to the 2024 Honolulu World Championships? No, I think that's why we were talking about it. I remembered now. Sorry, I forgot and then I remember. I was just saying to Forrest today, when I try to make shopping lists while we're at home, I can't think of anything. It's like unless the food is right in front of my fucking face, I can't I can't remember we need it. So my shopping list was like 10 items when we went, but then as we were walking around, I was like, wait, we need soy sauce. Wait, we need green onions. Wait, we need this. I don't have a river or sea in my town. We have a river, but it's like a shit river. It's really bad. I'm getting an appointment for my testosterone soon. I'm so excited I just had to share. That's awesome, Puppy John. Also, Transit said, I think literally just Beholder was wondering if there was something somewhere they could see all the images being studied tonight so they can study along. Absolutely there is. Let me grab it. And also, thank you for the resub, Nazar. Killing ads. Here, let me grab the link. I think I made the Study Buddy thing public. It should be most of the images. I don't know if it's all of them. Yeah, it looks like it's public. Okay. Here you go. I'm so sorry I missed your message, Beholder. And genuinely, too, thank you, Transit, for highlighting that. Gonna be applying for a job during the Parallel Play stream. Wish me luck? I absolutely wish you luck. That's crazy. I hope you get it. And also, good on you for applying even if you don't. I know that it's scary just asking sometimes. Alright, the other thing is, these are actually pretty round tires. I'm not a bike head, surprisingly, despite writing a comic about someone that rides a motorcycle. What's the difference between a square tire and a round tire? Round tires are typically for all-terrain, aren't they? Because, they're... Oh, are they? Because mountain bikes are usually thinner tires when you're talking about a cycle, not like a motorcycle, like a bike. And then road bikes are like fatter tires? Have you heard of the anime Kino's Journey? I have, actually. I've seen a few episodes of the original, not the remake, but I need to sit down and watch it all the way through, actually. Square tires are real. Not like square, but like, you know, when they're less rounded out and they're more like this. Toru Draws, thank you for the resub. Oh my gosh, Hype Train. The ads, killing the ads. Have the ads really been bad lately? Because I keep seeing people say it, and I'm like, you guys know from my end, I control how many ads are shown on my screen. Stream. I can't turn them off, and like once you're a Twitch affiliate, you basically cannot turn ads off your stream. But affiliate is what lets you have like emotes and have people like, basically it's like how you get everything. But I haven't touched the ads. Like I haven't changed them at all. I haven't upped the amount. I haven't upped the amount, like the time that they show. And it seems like people have been saying they've been showing more frequently. They're showing more frequently. Like 5 ads for 30 seconds. That's devilish. And also, I have Karashi Kiko. I have it, or Yokohama. I have it on my shelf. I'm working through Skip and Loafer first before I read that. But I plan to. I saw a video that proved a square tire will work on a ground that's made of perfect semicircles. It's kind of funny. Okay, wait. Maybe I draw the smaller... Oh, wait. It is higher off the ground because it's behind. Dainty Neko, thank you for the resub. Okay, and this comes out like here. It's like not perfect, but it's definitely better than I would have thought I could draw it, so I'm happy with it. Lokishima as a character is changing my brain chemistry. He's so real, and it makes me sad. Also, now is one of the best trans characters I've ever read. Nods, nods, nods. Okay. Weird tire holder. Very weird tire holder. Now is really well written, though the bar for trans manga is in the floor. It is, and it's sad, so I'm hoping that this raises it genuinely. Like, I want better for all of us. Like, I want trans characters to be better. And this gives me hope that they can be. But is Switch making up for the revenue they give you now? It's completely possible. It's completely possible because that shift seemed to happen when I got Partner Plus. And I do sometimes wonder if that's why. Skip and Loafer most recent chapters about Shima made me cry. I haven't read them yet. Please, please don't spoil, please. Bleak. I promise I'll catch up. I just read really slow. I also work like crazy, so I don't have a lot of time to read. I think I gotta tuck that in more. Oh my god, that looks so good. Thank you. It's the first one of the night, so it's gonna be a little rougher than some of the ones for later, I think, but I'm not displeased with it. I have one of the fruit plushies that has a plastic spine. Oh, like the posable ones. That's so cute. Okay, there we go. Oh, wait. Okay, except I'm goofy, and this is, like, at an angle. I wonder if I can, like, bib that a bit. Usually with studies, I don't use the transform tool, but I did just draw that whole-ass tire. How do you pick what to study? So, typically, I pick things that I think are pretty. I think it's good to study things that you don't think are necessarily, like, nice to look at, but when it comes to things that I find hard to draw, like vehicles, I pick things that I like and I think look pretty. So I just look through cars and bikes and I'm like, oh, I like that one, that looks cool, and then I usually do that. Now if you're talking about the actual subjects, I put out an ask in the Discord, which if you're curious and you want to join, it is Hello. There it is. It's right there. Sometimes I have a subject picked myself before I do stream, but sometimes I'll ask the weekend of what people want to see me study, and then the mods of the Discord sent me the list because I am not in the Discord, so I can't see. It's a fan-run Discord that I like kind of give my blessing to because I don't like Discords. I get scared. I get scared of big public spaces. But the mod sent me the list of all the things, and what I picked from that list was something that I thought I could learn how to do better. Because the study nights, I do studies and demos on the same night. What demos are is like a subject that I feel confident in, that I can teach you, that I already know a good deal about. That was my suggestion from the Discord I saw. And I was going to say, Coda, honestly, I was like, this is perfect because I've been meaning to do this for Road Boy's introduction chapter. Road Boy has a bike that I haven't drawn very much, so I want to practice so I can pick a design for his bike. Such a strange place. Oh wait, also, is Furret here for moral support? That's me. That's me and my latte. People asked what my boyfriend made me a latte, and people asked to see it, so I took a picture. Sensible cargo bike, I love it. Yeah. What kind of latte? It is strawberry milk with chocolate drizzled on top, because we wanted to do a Valentine's themed latte. I'm like struggling as hell with this bike tire. I think I get it. It's genuinely just more on its side than I've drawn it. It was farther out. There we go. I miss Road Boy celibacy emote. It was funny crop dusting people with it. You could still have it with Better Twitch TV, unless like you're on mobile, which I think there is a mobile app, but I understand not wanting to download another app too. There's a mobile app. Yes, yeah. Okay, also, Boy. Oh, it's because there's more gap in here with the front tire. I have that like up way too high. And these brackets are too low. This isn't really straight, but like that's fine. You've influenced me. After you showed us the Puff Pals plushies, I bought the shark. They're so cute. I love them. I'm so glad to have been of influence. Honestly, that's my boyfriend, so you can thank him because he's obsessed with those things. I'm not a coffee person, but I really like cappuccino, though I got tired of the taste before I finished the mug. I get that. I will say if you're not a coffee person, you just want to drink, fraps are usually the best way to go, like a blended coffee, because it's basically a milkshake with some coffee added. I like them. People tease other people for getting them because it's like, oh, it's a real coffee, but it's like not everyone wants just a coffee taste, dude. Like sometimes you want a treat. There's also boba. Boba's not coffee, it's just milk tea, and it's sweet, and it comes in a lot of different flavors, so you like almost never run out of options. Used to be a frap head, now I'm a latte head. What's funny is I was an iced drink person. So I went from fraps to caramel macchiatos to lattes to shaken espresso to cold brew. And then after all of that, got tired of drinking iced drinks and I switched over to just a plain hot latte. And now I like cappuccinos because I like the foam. If you do a cappuccino with like a little bit of cinnamon on top, it is like just the best thing in the entire world. Sadly, a coffee hater, it's too bitter for me. Have you ever tried coffee? Like, have you ever tried like a cappuccino or a latte? Because I completely agree, drip coffee is bitter. I also like drip coffee though, because I'm crazy. But like, the whole point of lattes and cappuccinos is that they're smooth, that they're not supposed to be bitter because of the milk. I love tiramisu. It's my favorite cake. Tiramisu is my favorite cake. It's made with espresso. I want to make tiramisu at home so bad. I have a really cute like Snoopy tiramisu video saved that I want to like try to make. If fraps activate your acid reflux, coffee is acidic, so it's possible that your acid reflux being reactive to the coffee in the frap. Yes, that's like totally a thing. Because my grandma actually had to stop drinking coffee because she has really bad acid reflux. She had to like completely quit. I'm also a coffee hater. I've had mocha coffee because supposedly it's meant to be sweet, and I added creamers and it's still too bitter. Was it made... Okay, this is another question, and this is a contentious opinion, but I'm saying this as someone that worked at a cafe. To the coffee haters, have you ever had a coffee that was made at a cafe, or were you drinking coffee that someone made at home? Because there's a difference. Unless someone owns an espresso machine, you are drinking instant or drip coffee. And those things are good to a certain extent. Like, they serve a purpose. If you just want a coffee and you like the taste of coffee, it's fine. But if you've never had a coffee before that you liked, you should not be drinking drip coffee because it's bitter. It's meant to taste like coffee, whereas espresso, there are different roasts that all taste like different things. I'd spend cash money on coffee. Yeah, I mean, you don't have to. And it's going to say, it's not the end of the world if you don't drink it. Just because I like it, I always like trying to help people try it. Also, London fog is delicious. I love a London fog. I love an iced London fog. I love a warm London fog. I really dislike the coffees I made at home at the moment. I had one of those 9,000 sugars coffee. It was too yummy. Well, it was going to say, it's not even necessarily the sugar. It's the way that the coffee is pulled from the bean ground. And the difference between a espresso shot and drip coffee is, one, like the kind of bean that you use is different. But two, an espresso shot is essentially like shot through a puck of grounds, super duper hot water. Whereas drip coffee is quite literally dripped through the grounds and like into a coffee pot. And the difference in the kind of flavor that creates and the texture that creates is that espresso is very frothy. It's very creamy. Whereas drip coffee is more liquid. So an espresso shot, while it is going to be liquid, there's going to be a cap on it, which is like a foam cap. Miss you so... Carrie! Hi! Oh my gosh, hi! I miss you too! I'm so surprised to see you in here. Welcome in. I hope you enjoy your stay. I'm preaching to the choir about coffee. Forrest will be ecstatic if he sees you in chat. I'm trying to draw bikes. I'm not good at it. My grandfather makes what he calls dynamite, which is drip coffee at 4 times strength. That sounds terrifying. I'm on my break at work, ironically. Well, so you'll be one to tell everyone that there's a difference between espresso and drip, and that's what I was trying to explain. And that... Who's Carrie? I've never heard of this person. Old friend from back where we used to live. I do my best not to talk about, like, IRLs without permission on streams, because I don't want to, like... You know, some people aren't comfortable being talked about to, like, an audience of people that they don't know. But Carrie was a friend of ours before we moved, and still is. Just like an IRL friend. IRL oomph moment. Alright. Where is this? Sorry, I'm just trying to clean some of this up because I feel like these brackets in the front were straight at first. And I'm like, I know I can do better. I mean, Leica's bike has very similar brackets. So I gotta get better at them because she's got those too. Let's get over here. We found your friend. I think he's doing laundry. I hear the washer running in the background. So he's probably going to see chat afterwards and be like, wait, what? I miss Carrie. Coffee makes me tired too. Apparently it's an ADHD thing. Yeah, because I believe stimulants are usually what is used to kind of help ADHDers focus. So it would make sense that coffee as a stimulant would make you tired. I miss Carrie. Okay, this is bad. We were talking about drag queen names, if we ever made drag queen names, and Forrest and I were, like, we were walking or something. I don't even remember what we were doing. And I was like, I would love to be a drag queen named Annie Bortion with like a uterus bag and like a little fetus baby on my shoes, like on the tops of my shoes. And then Faris is like, you could do that or be Miss Carrie. And I'm like, oh my god. We could be like a duo. I have so many ideas. I have so many thoughts. See, I think in another life I could have been a really good queen. You'd be killed in the street where you live right now. I would be. That's why I'm a furry. I think in another life I could have been a phenomenal queen, but I decided to be a furry instead. It's the same thing, really, if we're being honest. I'm still waiting on an OSHA manufacturing drag queen named Miss Gaylord. That's what giant pallets are? Oh, that's actually pretty funny. I avoid coffee because, let's say, it accelerates the later digestive process. Okay, that's good, but yeah, it does. It does do that. Okay, now I need to move this tire because this is just not in the right fucking place at all whatsoever. King, queen, no gesture for the non-binaries. Actually, would like a drag jester just be like trying to look as like inhuman as possible? Like you're just trying to look like something that's not a person at all. I think that would be that we do need that. That's kind of like what the makeup shows are, where they're like just testing the limits of like prop makeup. Like, do you see the vision? I've seen a furry drag queen before. Follow your heart. Actually, I have too. When I went to, it wasn't a furry convention. There was a anime convention that I went to. There was a drag queen, actually a group of drag queens. And I think about it, they were dressed like Pokemon, and they were furries. But one of them was a Roserade, and another one was a Magikarp that could turn into a Gyarados during their act, which I was like, that's awesome. So I love that. I want to see more of that in this world. I also have known so many drag queens that like Pokemon. I don't know what it is. Maybe the evolution aspect. Maybe it's just because nerds have taste. I've seen so much Pokemon drag. I saw a Gloom drag queen. Hello, everyone. Yeah. The chat topics have constantly distracted me from the stream, so I keep looking back to the stream and see a basically complete bike. Like, whoa, when did that happen? I've been working. I've been cooking hard. Okay, wait. So, well, the treads are kind of like braided. I have no idea how to do this. We'll try our best. It's scary, but I must persevere. Oh my god, I feel like I'm already doing it wrong. Maybe I got it? Who knows? I know it's like kind of like a braid pattern. And I'm not doing much detail, but like I do want to get the treads at least. Ooh, like that. Okay, but now, or instead of being mean to myself, we just take you, and then when you I think I need to like shrink the other one, but that's a start. I literally just make that shit up when I study bikes. I like try for my studies to do them to the picture, but when I'm drawing for my comic, I go with the most simplified version of it that is still understandable as a bike possible. Oh, girl, what is that one? They're, like, uneven now. It's fine. We're working on it. Ugh. And they should be like slightly off center so that there's like a thing in between them. I don't know. Have you ever had a dream that you could Oh my god, I keep thinking about the hot pot we ate for dinner tonight, and I remember that I can have udon tomorrow. I'm so excited. Literally the best part, there's two beautiful things of adulthood. When you go grocery shopping and all the best foods are back on the roster, and when you do your laundry and all your favorite clothes are clean. Like, the no feeling matches those two things. Bianca too? Oh, Pokemon. Oh, wait, speaking of Pokemon, while we were out shopping, so two things. So we went grocery shopping to the American grocery store, we went to the Asian grocery store, then we went to a department store, and they had these little bins, and now my nightstand is organized. I feel so mature. I have like, you know the nightstands that have like the drawer that pulls out and they have like a cubby area? I got these like kind of woven bin things, and I organized all the stuff in my nightstand drawer, so it's not just like a whole bunch of shit thrown into a drawer now, which feels very nice. It feels like an adult thing to do, and that's there. And we found an Ogerpon Pokemon card thing, and Forrest and I haven't gotten Pokemon cards forever, but we just went through the Pokemon cards that we have and combined our collections. And so when we were walking by, he was looking at it, and I was like, do you want Pokemon cards? And he's like, I mean, we don't need them, but it is kind of fun opening them. And I was like, no, let's do it. Like, we've been playing the trading card game. Let's get Pokemon cards. So we got Ogerpon deck, and it was really fun because now I have like a little Ogerpon card framed on my desk. I love her. I've grown quite fond of Ogerpon, both because my one friend really likes Ogerpon, and also because, like, I don't know, it's a grass legendary. Like, the last time we've had a grass legendary, and I guess we had Zarude, but, like, I don't know, he's fine. He's not my kind of guy. Okay. Now, the one thing I do want to do here is I kind of want to add some, like, shadow and light so that it's a little easier to read some of these things, which means filling in some of these sections down here, and that's fine. That's completely fine. I think it'll help the readability of the whole piece. This is dark. Other than Zarude and Wo-Chien, the last one was Virizion, wasn't it? I'm pretty sure. I don't think we got any in Scarvio. No, Zarude was Scarvio, so it would have been X and Y, and I don't think we got any in X and Y. We have Shaman, but Shaman came before Virizion. And then before Shaman, it was, I think, Celebi. Because I don't think there's any grass legendaries in Gen 3. And there's certainly not any in Gen 1. Wo-Chien is Scarvio. Did I say that backwards? It's Sword and Shield. Zarude is Sword and Shield. Wo-Chien is Scarvio. Can I say something evil? I don't really like the Swords of Ruin. I'm sorry. I think I grew attached to Wo-Chien because it's snail, and I like that one. And I think the Snow Leopard could have been cute. I could have liked it, but something about it, I'm just like, I don't like you. I like the shape. I think it's a very shaped creature. Oh, fuck Calyrex. I don't like that thing. Sorry. I hate that thing. I hate that thing. I forget it exists. Get out of here. Swords of Ruin, you mean the Treasures of Ruin? Is that what they're called? See, I give so little of a damn I forget. Tapu Bulu? Oh, is Bulu a grass type? It is, isn't it? It's a grass ground type? Question mark? I don't really care about them, but Wo-Chien's design is so good. It's one of my favorites. That's the thing. I think it's a good design, but I don't think a single one of them looks like a Pokemon to me. All of them look like, whatchamacallit? They look like Magic the Gathering cards to me, but I'm not a Magic head, so like I might be wrong about that. But they don't even really look like Digimon. Like that's not even correct. Tapu Bulu is Grass Fairy, really? Shinpao is an ermine, not a snep. Wait, I thought it was a snow leopard. Honor all the Tapu's fairies. I think they are, I just forgot. It's been so long since I've returned to Alola. Honestly, I should do an Alola playthrough, but my Sun copy has my original playthrough, and I'm still holding out for someday that they figure out how to change trainer names. Literally, if I could just change my name on that copy so it's not my dead name, that's all I would care about. But I don't know how to do that, which is sad. Okay. And then it looks like it's there. Yep. Who is hammering? Critter, you have multiple people that know how to do that. I didn't know if it was possible. If there is a way to change your trainer name in a Pokemon game, I would love to do that. Because like I said, the only reason that I'm sad about my Sun copy is that it has my dead name. Hi, Critter. Welcome in, Rat Bites. Thank you for the bits. Oh, wait. Yay, the pet animation played. I was wondering why I was taking a bit. Alright, let's see. Like, right in here, honestly. And there's a gap there. Every time I say gap, I think of gap moe, and I'm like, that's not the word that I'm thinking of. That's not why I'm thinking of it. Oh, I fear I have drawn this very compacted, and it is not actually that compact. Well, that's fine. You can patch with my modded 3DS? Oh, that would be beautiful. Thank you. You just remind me I have to get the room. I keep forgetting to rent the damn room. It's fine, I'll do that tonight. Save break? Thank you, I haven't saved once. Vehicles. I think I spelled that wrong. That is okay. This can be a Reveroom regional evolution. I actually like Reveroom. It's not a Pokemon I think I would use, but I enjoy the concept of it. That's how I feel about a lot of Pokemon, is like, even if they're not for me, I'm glad they exist because I think they're funny. Where are you not closed? You should be closed. Was I just not... Oh, okay, I was just not doing it right. Smiles. I love Reveroom. I think it's just kind of funny. I'm actually glad there's a motor Pokemon. I think that's like, it makes sense. If Pokemon imitate man-made objects, it makes sense that there would be a motor. For people who have similar issues of warping proportions on an image study, put a grid over the image and try flipping it upside down when you draw the details instead of what your brain thinks it's supposed to look like. That definitely works. For me, I try to learn to draw the object based on shapes, so I tend to not focus on the details, which has its ups and downs. By focusing on the shapes, you learn kind of like the gesture and the overall like appearance of the object, but the problem is then you do miss details like that. But I'm pleased with it. But thank you too for the advice, Shigali. Alright. Pretty sure... a bunch of rich high schoolers made Reveroom into a big car, Yeah. Sounds about like what would... I mean, like, I know that that's what happened. Honestly, I think the grid method isn't good for learning the structure of things. No, Coda, I agree. I think it's good to do studies if you're trying to draw something one for one, but if you're trying to learn what something looks like, I don't think that it helps, which is why I don't do it. But if you're just trying to draw something, it works perfectly fine. Now, I do know that doing grid studies for, like, piece studies can help, kind of, if what you're studying is the render method, not exactly the way that the piece is structured. But I kind of tend to just like to do all of it once. Okay, wait, here's another thing. At the bottom of that is very light. Did I not? Oh, it's not closed. I learned things by shape and then drawing it enough times until it works. Stubborn, never stop the grind, unstoppable force. I mean, that's kind of how I am too. I just draw, I get like very autistic about drawing things over and over again until I like figure it out. And you know, it does work. That did the opposite of what I wanted it to do. All right, hold on. I understand why it did that now. Weirdly, that worked, but okay. And this doesn't have anything there. I've noticed it helps beginners more to practice lines techniques rather than life. Yeah. Crazy to think that Scarlet Violet came out over 2 years ago. I'm closing my eyes. I'm actually glad that the Pokemon Company is like taking more time on this next game that they're doing, but also like please let it cook longer. Don't force yourself to come out with another game until it's ready. I don't know if I can experience another one where I just play it. I'm like, it was a game, and then I leave it and I don't play it again. However, one thing I will say is that the Teal Mask DLC is making me kind of consider picking up Scarlet Violet again. It's all for Ogerpon and seeing Yanma and Furret, my baby boys. Actually, wait. If I really want to be technical about this, I should do this like this. Okay. Praying on my knees, begging that Za is good. Also, it's funny because, like, Kieran is cool. Kieran, I, like, want to meet him in Cordelia. Her name's Cordelia, right? But I really just want to see the new Pokemon. I want to play with Otacha. I think that thing is awesome. I love that we got a Matcha Pokemon. Carmine. Cordelia is a totally different Pokemon character. Is that even a Pokemon character? Hold on. I know it's a Fire Emblem Awakening character. Oh, but that said, I want to meet Diplin and Hydrapple and Otacha. I think that's his name. And then I want to meet Furret again, because I love Furret. Carmen, yeah, she's Kieran's sister. No. So Carmine is the name we've realized is her name because I called her the wrong thing. I'm trying to remember if there's a character named Cordelia or if my brain just made that up. It's very possible it's that. Terapagos. Terapagos is a really cool name. I think that the gemmed out form looks a bit goofy. But I do like the baby form. I think it's very cute. And I love Turtle. You could never make me hate a turtle. Oh, Lars Tay, it's okay. It's more than okay. Trust. I listen to streams in the background while I'm doing stuff, and I'm always scared that I'm going to, like, tune in and not understand what the conversation going on is. I would never be like, no, you have to hang on to my every word or else you need to leave. That would be goofy. I love Tropicos. It's so cute. So I was gonna say that's the turtle you like. You know what I like? Who's the big guy? Who's the fossil turtle? Tortuga and Caracosta. Those things are fucking awesome. I love those guys. I literally need to use one in a playthrough because I just like looking at them. Like I always get Archeops or Arkin. Sorry, I love my cringe fail bird. I love Archeops and Arkin. I don't care if they're shitty, but they're my babies. But I do love Caracosta and Tortuga. I think they're cute. Sorry to the headphones listeners. Arkin is so cute. It is. It's so pathetic. I love it. I love that it looks like it's flailing. If I had an Arkin, I would love it and I would take care of it. And I would feed it fishes. Which one is Arkin again? This one. No, I think it's 3 toes. That's Arkin. First he's here and now he's gone. Gummy Shark, thank you for the resub. The baby one, yeah. I think Skiddo is one of the cutest Pokemon. I love Skiddo too. Let's see, do I like color? I could color this up here. It would add some like more visual weight to this like area up here. To me, the babiest Pokemon is Togepi. I love Togepi. I love Togekiss. I have a whole wall of Togepi and Togekiss behind me right now. Or I guess it's Togetic and Togekiss. I want more Togepi things, but I didn't like Togepi until recently, and now I'm like, how could I hate you? You're part of the family. I like Magnemite too! I like Magnemite. Magnemite doesn't get enough love. Magnemite's just so funny. They could never make me hate you, little guy. Oh, okay, so the side of that is also dark. Wait, maybe I didn't draw it too far up. Looking at it, I really don't think I did. I just didn't leave a gap up top there, but that's not the worst thing. I might not have enough room for this M, though. Or, like, for this word. Ooh. Alright, hold on. Lotus Root Burger. Interesting choice. Also, I could keep studying the bike, or I could switch to something else if we're feeling something else. Also, should I color it? Because I could color it. It's pretty simple colors. I think it might add to it. I think I did the R wrong, but whatever. Whatever. Hot take, but I think maybe Leafeon and Glaceon are underrated. I don't even know if they're Are they underrated? I like them. They're my favorites. Personally. Sylveon used to be my favorite, but I grew up. I got older. Are the captions broken? They're on, but it looks like they froze. Could be really controversial, but I like Hypno. Honestly, Hypno is a Pokemon that I feel like gets a hard break because people think it's creepy, but it's just a guy. Like, he's not doing anything wrong, he's just a guy. Oh, there's a kickstand, too. Oops. Shout out to Aggron for being a protective groundskeeper dude. I love his gentle giant nature. I have a friend that is like, if I were a Pokemon, I'd be Groudon, and like that's like his whole thing. Like he talks about life as Groudon, or not Groudon, Aggron, and every time he does, I'm just like sitting, listening, nodding, smiling. It's also worth mentioning that he's Butch, so I think this just adds to this vision. Like just to me now, Aggron is a beautiful transmask Butch. Like in my head, that's how I see Aggron. I love Weavile so much, it's so insane. My literal baby forever. I like Dedenne, but it's not that usable in combat, but whatever. It's there to be cute. That's what's for. Some Pokemon are there to be cool, and some Pokemon are there to be cute. What if I just don't write Honda? Get fucked, Honda. I'm not advertising for you. Fuck you, says the fuck you guy. Also, normally I don't talk about current events, but what do we think of the TikTok ban? Is it happening? Is it not happening? Are they gonna give us an extension? Like, what are we thinking? Because I saw someone saying earlier that they think that they're gonna give TikTok an extension because they just want the algorithm. Like, they want TikTok to sell. They don't necessarily want to actually ban TikTok, because this whole thing is a campaign by one of fucking what's his head's Zuckerberg's old employees, and like he's the head guy in charge of all of this, which is like crazy that this is even allowed to happen. I'm thinking it's happening. I was thinking that too. I'm thinking I might have to like post my socials there and be like, I guess it's going away, bye guys. But I'm waiting to see. I feel like it's mainly just lip service. They're talking about taking their servers out of the US, which is the only reason I'm like, oh. I think it could come back, but I think the date is pretty locked, yeah. Alright. Very nice, very nice, very nice. I think I will color it. You know, I was... Well, no. No. I think as an ink drawing, it's nice. I don't need it. It doesn't need more. Hold on, I wonder if I can do something like here, though. It's fine. It's fine without. For it, yeah, it was me with my latte earlier. I am gonna hide the bikes, though, in the meantime. I'm also gonna hide Furret. Sorry, Furret. Because we do have another thing. Furret with a cup, that's me! Now I'm gonna do another. And I'm going to let you guys vote again. I do not want to use Reels or your YouTube Shorts. No offense to your daughter, Critter. No, I don't really want to either, personally. Alright, next study? Question mark. And do we want to do a Beetle? Do we want to do, Is that the name? I want to make sure I'm, like, saying the name right. No, not that. I didn't mean to open you. Get out of here. Sorry, I'm making the poll. I promise I'm still here. Which one has the picture? Or the name? Figaro, that's the name. Not Fernando. Who am I? Bus, truck, or tractor? Alright, there we go. Sorry, I just tuned in. TikTok is talking about shutting down American servers if the ban goes through, so you can't just VPN because American data accounts will be gone. Yeah. Beetles are so cute. That's the car that I want if I ever get a car. Either want a Beetle or a Miata. But Miatas are expensive, so I think probably a Beetle. Oh my god, it looks like Beetle's winning. Sorry, Tractor. Beetles are expensive. Are they? My grandma had a Beetle, so I didn't know. I thought they were like old lady cars. She did get her second hand, though, so it's possible that's why. Yes, babe, Carrie's in the chat. Forrest just came in and finally saw Carrie. Unless she's not here anymore, but she was here earlier. I think she was on her break for work. Here's how Tractor can still win. Sorry, Beetleheads. Sorry, Tractor Heads. I think that I think the Beetle fans won this one. We can do a Tractor later. I mean, if people vote for it, we can do one later. I think I really want to do, like, this back view of the Beetle is really nice, and it's got, like, a shape to it. It's a lot rounder than the angular bike. Beetles is bugs. They are bugs. This one I could even maybe do multiple angles of just because it's so much simpler. Honestly, the thing I like about Beetles is they're kind of like the way that little kids draw cars. Like, when you ask a kid to draw a car, this is what they draw for you. It's literally like a toy. An allegedly expensive toy, now that I'm learning, but it's still a toy to me. It's like when a frog sits on a lily pad. Like, it's just so right. Like, that's how... All is right in the world when a frog sits on a lily pad or when a squirrel holds an acorn. Wait, slug or punch buggy? Quoi? Okay. Ooh, oops. Didn't mean to do that. Nice. Sorry, I kicked the wall. Have you seen the car named Think City? I have not. Okay, so then... The other thing I want to do in here is separate the interior of the car from the exterior rim. Man, I missed an hour. It's okay. We'll be going for a bit. This is a study night after all. And then I'll do here. Sorry, I keep seeing my friend out of the corner of my eye, boot up games, and it's like, your friend is playing, I can't remember what it was, but now she's playing Lethal Company, and I'm just like, having a game night, are we? Okay. You mentioned an Asian grocery store. Have you found good uses for seaweed? Yeah, when wrapping, so you can wrap onigiri with it, you can wrap sushi with it, you can put it in like soup, you can put it in a poke bowl, you can break it up and put it over top rice for a little extra texture. I sometimes will eat just like plain salted seaweed as a snack in place of chips, but like that's just me. I know my boyfriend's tried it and he's not the biggest fan of that. Seaweed goes with a lot of things. You know what this reminds me of? The horse that's like this. That's what this looks like to me. You know, I said this would be easier, but I'm not really sure. It is. I think I lied to myself. I could be wrong. Maybe it'll get easier. Okay, wait, that's thinner. Oh my god, the horse side-eye picture, you know what I'm talking about. That shit's so funny. Why is it looking like that? Okay. Oh, hey, you know what I'm gonna do is I'm gonna separate these as segments so it doesn't fill in the whole thing. Yep. Cool. Oh, thank you for the save break. I missed that. Smiles. Oh, wait. You know what else I was thinking about earlier this week? So have you guys heard of the concept of like a Minecraft Forever world? Like a Minecraft world that like even if you make new saves, you come back to that one and it's like that's your world and any new projects or anything you build in it, you can just keep adding on to this instead of restarting every single time. I was watching a YouTube video on it. Admittedly, during the weekends, typically what I do to like calm down from socializing all week is I'll like watch YouTube videos while I work and kind of just go full autism mode and watch only things that are like pleasant and make me feel nice. Um, and so I was watching a video just describing like what a forever world is, why it's nice to make one. The person was talking about the one that they had made. Um, and I was like, that sounds really nice. So I started one this weekend, and I enjoyed my time immensely. I spawned in a snowy biome, and I think I have like build projects I want to try. It's a little harder because and this is part of why I'm bringing it up. I don't know if there's a way to keep water warm in Minecraft, like in the snow. And a lot of the build projects I like to do are water based, but I'm afraid they'll ice over. I would really like to build like an onsen or an onsen. Because I'm in like snowy mountains, so it feels like it fits. But I don't know how to do that because I don't know how to keep the water from freezing. Torches around the water. Do you think maybe if I put the torches on a block underneath, you need a light source of 10 or above, a level 10 or above at the block. So if I just covered the entire like, okay, if there was like a ground plane of the water, this is the water, and I just put a bunch of torches underneath, like, would this do it? Would that take care of it? I don't know if that made sense, because I've done that before with farming to keep mobs from, like, spawning anywhere near. Damn. Have you heard of Inherited Worlds? You play until you die, then you pass the save file to the next player? That sounds really cool. Oh, I'd love to do that. Alright, let me see. You know, like I said, I thought this would be easier, but it's actually kind of hard. The round shapes are deceiving. You think they'll be easier to draw, but they're not. Don't torches break underwater? Not if you're putting them underneath the water itself. Like if you're putting them underneath a block that keeps the water from touching them. Does that make sense? This literally is the horse side-eye image. Just car version. Not glow, but shroom light, sea lantern, glowstone, a couple other blocks used as the floor, and hanging lights would work. Interesting. I wonder if I can get those. That would be really fun. Because then it would also have the kind of green color that, like, hot springs usually have from the salt. I think it's salt, or it's sulfur. I can't remember which. God, this car is not carring. She's not carring. Where did I go wrong? Maybe I should... I broke my headphones. I broke my own law. Oh, the fucking horse. I should draw the overall shape before I start getting into the details. I literally broke my rules. Get out of here. We're starting anew. It's good I drew the behind angle, though. That is, like, the hardest one. Because it would be fun to draw it from the side, but I wouldn't learn anything. So I'll start with the general gesture. That even is tighter. Like, that comes in more. Are we really artists if we never break our own rules occasionally? Yeah. I mean, yeah. It's like, part of learning a skill, I think, is like recognizing that what you want to do and what you're comfortable doing will not teach you anything new. Because if it would, you would have already learned it by now by doing the same thing over and over again. So you have to do something different in order to learn it. In order to learn something new, you have to change the way that you're doing something. And that's not something that a lot of people like to hear because we're creatures of comfort. We like doing things we're familiar with over and over and over again. But if there's something that challenges you, it's likely you need to break the cycle of what you've been doing already. Okay. I mean, like, shape-wise, we're looking more car. Hope everyone's doing amazing. Just scrolling through Twitch and found a nice stream to fall asleep to, and I found it. I love it. Thank you. You have a really calm voice. Thank you. I'm glad to hear. The study buddy night's on Monday too. We don't play any music, so this is really ideal. It's either a study along and you draw with me, which, by the way, I do have the link to all of the images that I'll be using on stream tonight if you guys want to pull these up. There's no reason you have to use these particular ones either. It's literally just if you want some cars and bikes, that's what I'm drawing. And I just sent that in the chat. But welcome in, and I hope you sleep well. Anyone who is trying to fall asleep tonight. to this. Alright, this is already a better shape. Like, comparatively speaking to the other one we drew... Oh my god! Okay, I'm glad I redrew this because this is not even proper. Okay, I think maybe I also had the window take up too much space. Also, that rear view mirror is, or the side mirror is way too big too. Hello, every critter. Welcome in, Fishbox. Fish inbox, my bad. Maybe I don't like drawing the color scheme as mostly blue and purple. It's funny because I like blue and purple together, but by itself, I hate purple. I'm a purple hater. Oh, you know what else? This connects at a really weird spot. That's a weird seam. I think I didn't... No, I did catch that. Hello? So it goes all the way over to this... Huh? Okay. It goes over to the seam. Okay, what's tripping me here is that the car fold, so to speak, is not the seam of the car. It's not like, it's not perfect. It actually folds over onto it. And I wonder if that's like a structural thing? Like it keeps the car together better? Weird. I just joined in Critters talking about hating one of my favorite colors. I'm so sorry. It's my daughter's favorite color too, but to be fair, she hates orange and green, so we're even. The thing is, though, I think in certain situations, purple can be used really well. I don't think it's the color's fault, I just think that the way it gets used sometimes makes me dislike it. And clearly I don't hate it completely because I use it in my own work quite a lot. Girl. This car is beating my ass. I need the help of the car furries. Do you guys know there's like a whole subset of furries that just really like cars? Like at conventions, like furry conventions, a lot of them have hot rod shows just because there's furries that just really fucking like cars. Both for normal car reasons, and also some people think cars are sexy, which is like, that's their business, not mine. But when I was seeing it, there was like a fire truck furry at the last convention I went to. Yeah, the fire truck. There was someone that, and I think that guy just owns that and thinks it's cool and wants to show it off. But yeah, no, there's a lot of hot rod shows at furry conventions, which I think is cool, and you got to see a bunch of cool cars. It does make sense though, like nerds. I heart objectum furs, exactly. They're not doing anything wrong. Airplane is a creature, vehicle is an animal. Exactly. With how much everyone personifies their cars, it's not surprising. No, not in the slightest. Also, if you think about it, nerds that have money, that's just a circle. Like, if you're talking about the furry fandom, people who have money to spend on things and are nerds, that is the entire furry fandom. And not everyone in the furry fandom has money, but, like, there's a lot of them that do. So, of course, a lot of them would be car nerds. That one tweet that's like, lol nerd, I stare with barely contained lust. My boyfriend. Let's be to my boyfriend. I love that autistic man. God, what was he doing earlier? That I was just like looking at him lovingly. I think what happened is when we got the Ogre Pond Pokemon card set, we came home and I started cleaning and I just walk into the bedroom and he sit there with all the cards laid out, completely covering the bed. And I was looking at him and he's like, I'm sorry, you did choose to date the autistic boyfriend. And I was like, you have nothing to apologize for. I'm in love with you. This is a beautiful thing to watch. It's like seeing an animal finally be released into the wild for the first time and touching grass. If I get a doctorate, I'll become a furry. Honestly, you can already be a furry. I think the idea that furries are only rich people and like people that work IT and have money is like it's incorrect, to be like completely blunt. Who the fuck is drawing all the art and making the suits then? There have to be some artists that don't do those things. But the thing is, like, it's a self like feeding system. There are people that can't draw and can't craft that work in tech jobs or work in pharmaceutical or work in like, I know furries that work in law. Like there are furries everywhere. And then there are furries that are craftsmen, and they make the things that people that aren't craftsmen buy. And then there are furries that are musicians, and those are your DJs and and the people that do the OST for the games you like. There are furries that make video games. Like, there's furries in every single walk of life, and I think that's one of the things I like so much about the fandom, is that it's not just all like one group of people. We're people from everywhere that have a common interest and come together. And I think everyone also has something to offer because of that. Like, because everyone's walk of life is so unique, you get to learn different things from people that you wouldn't have had the chance to talk to otherwise. There are furries everywhere, dude. It's so funny when people don't like furries, because it's like, oh, buddy, you've got a big storm coming. I know. Many tattoo artists are furries. Oh, no, absolutely. Actually, VexCB, I think is their username, is an artist I really want to get a tattoo by, because is a furry artist, and I just really like their style. They do a lot of tigers, and I would love a tiger tattoo. Oh, what else? Actually, I was literally just talking about tattoos today with my boyfriend. I was asking how flash tattoo sheets work, because there was a doodle I made that I was looking at, and I was like, this would make a good tattoo. I just don't know how to go about such a thing. And he's like, you could literally just post them on Ko-Fi and have people and let people buy tattoo tickets. And I was like, huh, I could do that, couldn't I? So, I don't know. Keep your eyes open. Maybe I'll do that. You become a furry once your friend sits you down and say, that's it. It's time for you to draw your fursona. Hold on. Let me see if I can find the doodle. I think it's in work in progress. Yeah, here it is. Ooh, it's big. Hold on. I did that for funnies when I was bored. I was drawing with a different pen than I usually do, and I wanted to try something. And a tattoo UA on my arm? Let me design an actual tattoo of that guy. Don't just get a panel tattooed on your arm. I indoctrinated my girlfriend by being like, you can make a fursona so I can imagine mine and your fursona's kissing. That's so cute. That's me. Actually, that's genuinely my boyfriend. My boyfriend is like, well, I'm not a furry. And I'm like, you've literally said when people draw your fursona, it makes you happy. And when I draw our fursonas holding hands, it makes you feel good. And he's like, that doesn't mean I'm a furry. And I'm like, so what does it mean, Einstein? And he's like, well, I'm not a furry enough. And I'm like, you also don't think you're a bear. The way I would be so down to get a tattoo you've designed as my first one. I do, and I really like doing more simple, like, graphic works. That's basically all I used to do when I was, like, an ink-only artist before I switched to digital. And then I had another ink era during COVID where, because I was just by myself all the time and carried a sketchbook, I would just go sit out in fields and draw and shit. And honestly, I think it's time for a comeback. I think we need to bring back the Critter ink era. He thinks he's not a bear. He thinks he's not a bear enough. And I ask why not. And he's like, well, I'm not big enough. And I was like, what the fuck does that mean? And he's like, well, I'm not muscular. And I'm like, where in the definition of bear does it say you need to be muscular? And he's like, well, it's a big hairy man. And I was like, what do you think big means? And he's like large. And I'm like, yes, which you are. And he's like, but I'm not muscular. And I'm like, that's not what that means. I need to be a bear's fat. Exactly. That's what I keep saying. You don't have to be muscular to be a bear. This is literally the effects of people being like, I want a bear boyfriend, and then posting a man that looks like this. And he has like one curly body hair. Hold on, I gotta put pants on him so we don't get TOS'd. Get the thing off the screen. Okay, I'll kill it. I'll kill it. This is what people say. Well, this is what straight people are like. Oh my gosh, bear boyfriend. He skips leg day. Oh, white straight man. I sometimes miss the cursed doodle page. I do miss it, because then we would preserve these things. I might have to bring it back. I don't have the file on this computer anymore. I actually think I just nuked that the other day, because I didn't need anything from it anymore. I did already export the doodle page, don't worry, like, that's not gone. Okay, so this is the gas thing. This is already looking so much better than the other one. What the fuck was I cooking? I think I deleted the layer. Whatever, it's gone. we can't see it anymore. There's like something, like this needs to come down lower, I'm seeing. But otherwise, this is miles better than whatever the hell we were doing before. Isn't bear a queer-only turn? Why are straights saying it? Why do they do anything? Saying this with nothing but love in my heart for the straight people that are here because you guys rock, but like, I'm telling you right now, there can never be anything sacred because the second that a term becomes popularized, and it's not just gay terminology, it's AAVE, it's anything from another culture that any person gets their hand on, it's like they run at fucking Mach speed to immediately make it not the thing that it was originally used. Don't get me started on agua fresca, spa water, whatever the shit that was. It's like culture cannot exist without being bastardized the second, and this is why gatekeeping is a thing. Like, people are like, oh, don't gatekeep it, don't gatekeep, it's mean. And it's like, I agree it's nice to share things with people when you feel safe and comfortable with them. But the reason that it happens is because people take things that have a history and a culture to their usage and just make it mean fucking nothing by driving it into the ground. If someone were to tell me, don't use that word, you're not using it right, I would go, I will stop doing that. Will you also let me know what it means? I love gatekeeping. It's understandable why people don't invite others into stuff like this, because, yeah, it gets bastardized and memed to hell. Exactly! And also, the memed part is something I want us all to pause and think about. Why is it when, specifically, AAV gets shared, that it's always turned into a meme? It's always turned into a joke. Like, it's never just used like an actual fucking word. Can we talk about that? Because that's weird. I mean, you know why it happens. It may make me sound crazy, but it's just racism. But it does happen, and I think we should think about it. Hi, Lemmy. We're talking about gatekeeping. Haterism. It's not gatekeeping. It's intolerance to ignorance. Carly, you're right. You're completely correct, but some people would disagree. I agree with you, though. That's what I think, too. But it makes some people very angry when I say this. I think I almost said I fucked the tire, and I'm like, that's not the phrase that I want to use. I don't want to say that. We call that a digital minstrel performance. That's a thing. Oh my god, I listened to a video essay on that, how it was talking about, like, digital blackface and digital minstrelsy is literally, like, a thing in the internet era, and how, like, at the end of the day, like, words, terminology, imagery of black people ends up being turned into a meme and laughed at. It's like, you can't even treat people right. Sorry. Oh, God, I have to find who did it, because it was years ago that I watched it, but it's one of those things that when it got pointed out, I have not been able to stop seeing it. Like, it's fucked me ever since I first saw it, and now I'm like, God, they weren't kidding. AK Kaja Mabao did a video essay on that. Hold on. Can I pin messages? I can. Okay, hold on. Reanimated. I'm pinning that so people can see. Not to mention white people stealing native myths, spirits for their own stupid fucking art. White settlers did it back then and white people do it now. Oh, absolutely. Oh my god, that was a whole thing that Lemmy and I had to discuss for the Monster Mayhem of, like, you can take art inspired by folklore but do not come into this with like just bastardized, stolen spirits and like deities from people's genuine like beliefs and religions and like try to let that fly. Like that will not sit right. Insert smoking duck gif here. We had to talk about it we had like a multiple hour long conversation while we were like, how do we structure these rules so we let people know it's okay to like base things off of different cultures, but also like that they have to research it and do so respectfully.
Can I put the box away?
Yeah.
Okay.
Wait, can I see the ogre ponds? I want to know if I want to cut them out. She's not that cute in this picture. This is not her best photo. We can recycle it.
Okay.
I like to scrapbook things, but she wasn't very cute in that. Honestly, Critter, you should make a smoking duck version of yourself for an emote. I have like the don't smoke one, but it's old. I do need to remake it, and I might do like it's not the same because it doesn't chuckle.
Yeah.
Okay. Do you open card packs? Did you get anything good? Do you want to say? When we went grocery shopping today, we were out for a few hours, so our reward was I got myself little bins for my nightstand. And we got some Pokemon cards. Hold on, I can send... There's one on my desk right now, but I could ask my boyfriend if he could take pictures. He's been building decks, too, because we want to try getting into playing the physical card game. Because I've been playing the TCG, like the app. The occasional British critter voice... Stop bullying me! Stop bullying! Critter VODs are great. They give me food for thought when I'm at work doing my delivery duties. Wait, what do you... Only if you want to share, Cyan, but what do you deliver? I've always, like, wanted to work... I've worked, like, baristaing jobs before. Oh my god, that's fucking huge. Hello? Look at her. She's beautiful. My little boo-boo angel. I love you, Ogrepon. Oh my god, Pee-Pee. Do you want to show... Oh. Do you want to show what cards we got? Or any of the cool cards we got from the Ogrepon pack?
Oh, they're sorted.
Okay, I can always post pictures later. I have a Dialga EX and a Meloetta EX, and I love them. But yeah, I love... Yeah, Pluto. Sorry, I call Pluto and Harbor PP and Wee Wee, and I realize that's, like, not the names that people know them by. They recognize those names. I really want, like, an Ogrepon plushie. I want her to sit on my desk. Does one exist? I've seen people that have like a little sitting Ogrepon. I had a DoorDash era maybe a year or two ago. Oh wait, also I don't think I saw Cyan's answer. Okay. Cyan didn't answer yet. But yeah, I call Pluto and Harbor Pee-Pee and Wee Wee, and I don't know when this started. At first I was calling them Pee-Pee and Poo-Poo, and then I was like, no, I don't want to do that. That's yucky. So I changed it to Pee-Pee and Wee Wee. Like, that's better. Like, that's better. Use PP for Pluto very frequently, not rarely for Harbor. I don't know when calling Harbor Wee Wee started, honestly. PP Wee Wee, the item label cats. Okay, real. It's weird to see people be singing so careless about other cultures, when meanwhile I'm doing things like, I want to have a cowboy chapter of this story. I should probably make sure to figure out how to properly acknowledge the horrors of American expansion with this story. I think the problem is... people view things in general, and this is a hear me out, let me finish this. I am someone that used to really hate like blank core aesthetics, but as I've gotten older, I have started to like them. Some of them, not all, are created equal in this instance. I used to hate them because I thought that they were all just bastardizations of existing cultures or aesthetics. I have since come to find that a lot of them are built by netizens, specifically teenagers, to express fashion styles, and that is something that I would never have an opposition to. However, I think they do still have an issue with taking existing cultures and turning them into, like, an aesthetic. And in that same sense, I think that a lot of writers want the aesthetic of a culture and they want the aesthetic of a monster, but they don't want to put in the work into researching the thing that they're writing about, or even thinking if they should. And that is a question that every single damn writer, I want you to listen right now. When you are writing your story, you cannot control the way that people will interpret your story, but you should think about the ways in which it will be interpreted, and you should ask yourself, what will this do? What will this make people do? And should I write this? Do I want the effects of writing this? because you have to understand that, like, it's true, you cannot control every person's reading of your story. There will be incorrect readings of your story, but the impact of your story is something you should consider when you're creating it. I think researching is always good, but it shouldn't become a form of procrastination also. That is true. You should always consider that things exist within a context. Yeah, and the unfortunate reality of things is that you're going to find an audience that understands you. Or most people will find an audience that understand them, but part of that is finding the people that don't as well. I think Mouthwashing is a phenomenal example of a really well done story that people just completely fucking miss the point to. And I still love it. I'm glad it exists. But, like, you know, you couldn't get to that point. Oh, we just watched... So another one of my favorite movies that people completely fucking missed the point to. We just watched Fight Club this weekend, my friends and I, and Nova had never seen it, Lemmy had never seen it, and Chimera had never seen it. And it had been years since I saw it. Fight Club is so fucking good, and every time I watch it, I'm like, oh, I forgot how good this damn movie was. Oh, wait, Ethan, I didn't realize you hadn't seen it either. Oh, wait, so that was everyone's first time other than Forrest, because Forrest and I had both seen it before. People who didn't get the Leica, that Leica is just blunt sometimes. Wait. Is that a thing? Did people not pick up on the fact that Leica just blurts things out? Like, she doesn't think. It's not that she's, like, trying to be a bad person. She's impulsive. That's, like, a whole point of Leica's character is that she's really impulsive. It was so good it changed my brain chemistry. Absolutely, me too. Me when I was, like, 17, I first saw it. It's not even empty noggin. It's like Leica's so used to acting first and thinking second that, like, whereas Yue's like the complete opposite. Yue sometimes overthinks to, like, a dangerous degree where he misses out on things or he ends up, like, fucking things up because he's scared to act and do something wrong. Leica jumps into action and asks questions second because she's scared if she doesn't, then someone else won't. Either someone else won't do it or someone will do it and do it badly. Wait, also, sorry. I'm bumping Fight Club way higher on my list. It's phenomenal. Please, if you have any specific triggers you need to read for, Fight Club's message is that plural people can use telekinesis, but only on themselves. Stop, I was cracking up while watching the scenes. I love that movie. I love well, I shan't say a whole bunch about it because I don't want to spoil it if you've never seen it, but I love Fight Club. But some of the scenes in that movie are so fucking funny. Fight Club's a great movie, and it's also, in many ways, a comedy, to me. I still don't get Fight Club. Who here... Okay, wait. This is actually what we're going to do. We're going to do a poll and ask how many people have seen Fight Club. Because before I go into analysis brain about it, I'm going to ask if you've seen it. And when movie night was Saw and then Fight Club, I actually really liked Saw, too. I thought Saw was, like, it was not as bad as people make it out to be. I'll say that the grossest part of Saw was that there was poop in the toilet. That was it. I was more grossed out by the dookie than anything else in Saw. I didn't care. The violence was just, like, whatever. I fucking typed scene wrong. I'm sorry, Shigoli. Sorry. I was doing it with one hand while I was continuing to draw and read in the other. Saw was funny as fuck. It literally was. Also, I don't get the yaoi. Sorry. Saw yaoi truthers. I want to support you, but I do not fucking see through your eyes. I don't understand what you're talking about at all. I should watch Fight Club? Absolutely. I don't support you, I'm a hater! Okay, I never give homework on stream, but if you are, let me say, over the age of 16, you should check the trigger warnings first, and check the content warnings and see if that's something that you're ready to watch. Watch Fight Club by next week's Study Buddy stream, and then I want to talk about Fight Club. Haven't seen Fight Club, but want to, and kind of understand the themes already from secondhand. I want to talk about it, but it's one of those movies where you should know nothing going into it other than, like, if you have things that you're sensitive to specifically that you don't want to watch it, and that's fine. Where can you see it? Yar, mateys. Anywhere that Google will take you. Sorry. There are, like, official ways to watch it. Like, I think you could stream it on Amazon, but, like, why do that? Don't do that. Book club behavior? Lemmy. I have a question for Lemmy. The Discord server. Can you... How bad would it be to give them the way that we watched Saw, or not Saw, Fight Club, through the Discord server? I'm shocked to hear ahoys in this chat. I can do that. Okay. Smiles. It's only bad if you keep talking about it. Fair. Jingles keys. Jingles keys. Anyway, that's your homework. If you do that this weekend, we're going to talk about it next week. And like I said, only watch it if you can handle the content, because Fight Club is very brutal. It is very violent, and there's a decent amount of sex in Fight Club. Phenomenal movie, though. No reason to watch it if those things bother you, and you wouldn't enjoy that. But I think that even if you're a bit put off by those things, it's a good movie to watch, because that's massively what it's about. Where's the Discord? Yeah, there you go. Tragically, I'm horribly poor at handling live-action violence. There may be a way to... Okay, what I'll say is... Four-Leaf Island Book Club when? We could do a movie club. I'm definitely less of a reader now that I'm older, but I love movies. Yeah, pay attention to the age ratings and trigger warnings. Absolutely. There is, there's a lot of gross out content, and there's a lot of physical violence between people, as the name might suggest. And there is 2 instances of someone experiencing headshot trauma, like getting shot in the head. There is a scene where someone gets a chemical burn on their hand that's focused on the screen, and mostly just like a lot of blunt trauma, like injuries, from what I can think of. Movie club would be so fun. I love when we get into talks about media and their meaning. Well, so that's part of the reason that I want to... I would love to do that. If I could say, you guys watch this movie next, and we'll talk about it on stream, and then if you come to stream, like, be aware we're going to be talking about the movie, I would do it. In a heartbeat. How do y'all be saying this is my favorite movie and then describe the most horrific violence? Because I'm traumatized. I was a traumatized child. Like, when I was a kid, that was more relatable to me than, like, anything else. I don't like violence, but violence was my norm. So, like, for me, seeing a story told through those means is just what I was used to. Go to the Does the Dog Die for the warnings. Yes, Onyx is completely correct. It's like 3 Billboards. Like, my family fucking hated 3 Billboards, the movie, but to me, I was like, that was the most real movie I've ever seen. That actually felt like something that could happen, instead of feeling like someone was just kissing my ass the entire time and trying to pretend. Comfort movie with no comfort? It's funny because my comfort movie is Silent Hill. Like, the shitty Silent Hill movie. Only the first one, not the second one. But I like it because I like the vibes. I also like that all the main characters are women, and I don't get that a lot in horror. I get that in Annihilation, which is another one of my favorite movies. I forgot they made movies for the games. Oh, and they're so bad. They're so bad. Hi, Critter. I'm working on my first animation thanks to that animation tutorial you did a while back. I just wanted to say thank you for the informative stream. Of course, Princess Pachu. Thank you. Have you read the books? Wait, what books? Like Silent Hill books? I didn't realize there were Silent Hill books. Fake fan. The Annihilation books, no, but I need to. No, I need to, and the thing is, I like the movie, and everyone that I tell that, they're like, you need to read the books. And I'm like, okay. And they're like, the movie was bad. And I'm like, but I like the movie. Silent Hill was the scariest movie to me when I saw it as a kid. Annihilation fucking rules. Has not seen it, but read a synopsis comparison to the books. They're Silent Hill novels. Really? I love how the Beetle is looking. Thank you, because the first one I drew was absolute dookie horse shit, but like I redrew it and now it looks better. I just started over. I was like, if it's shit, hit the bricks. But anyway, to the violence in movies question, genuinely just because I was traumatized as a kid. And also, I hate to say it, but I'm a horror fan, so like, it's nice to have a scary that you can turn off. When your real life sucks and is scary and you can't run away from it, sometimes it's nice to have something that you know, at the end of the movie, it's just a movie and it's done. And it's also nice to see movies where the protagonists get through things that you feel are kind of impossible in your real world now. Or don't. What's your favorite horror subgenre? My favorite to watch for fun is slasher because I think they're stupid. And some of them aren't stupid, but finding the ones that aren't stupid is what's fun. My favorite, like, actually to watch, like, I always have fun with it, is either psychological horror or sci-horror. I love sci-horror. I love Alien. I love The Thing. I love, fucking... Oh, what is it? There's another creature movie. Invasion of the Body Snatchers is, like, technically a sci-fi, not a horror, but, like... I consider it one. I don't think it's good, but it is really funny, and I think young Jeff Goldblum is attractive. So when I was a teenager and I saw Invasion of the Body Snatchers for the first time, my dad isn't like, isn't this movie so scary? And I was just looking at Jeff Goldblum and going, uh-huh. The Thing is a trans movie? That is a fascinating take I have not heard before. Horror has always been way too anxiety-inducing, and when I was younger, I had a hard time separating those movies from, like, real life and developed horrible habits because of it. I can see that. Critter, whenever I imagine your little guy being sad, I imagine the snoot just droops, becomes floppy, like... Like this. This is wee-wee. Thought Invasion of the Body Snatchers was scary because my dad showed it to me when I was like 4. That's so fucking funny. I saw it when I was I saw Alien when I was 14, and I thought it was stupid as shit when I was 14, and then I rewatched it as an adult and I was like, actually this rips. I think I was so caught up in the special effects that I was like, this isn't scary, that's just a guy in a suit. But then as I watched it as an adult, and I was like, movies are meant to be like imaginary, like you are meant to be immersed, but it's not always about how real it looks, it's about the story it's trying to tell. I started liking it more, and then I became attached to the creepy and wet special effects. Oh, Poltergeist is another horror movie I really like. I just wanted to say the comic you did back a few years about bigenderness was very important to me, and it helped me a lot with learning about myself. Very nice. I'm glad to hear. My very first horror movie was The Mist. They brought me to it as very incredible... Wait, your first ever movie? That's crazy. That's crazy. The Mist? I remember being scared of watch... Okay, wait, sorry. This is going to show how old I am. Remember when Watch Mojo did top 10s and they're like, top 10 most brutal horror movie deaths, or like top 10 horror movie ending twists? And The Mist came up in, like, multiple of them because it has a twist ending and it has some kind of brutal deaths in it. Fucking Watch Mojo. And so I never saw The Mist. I just saw the Watch Mojo videos about it. I was like, that's a scary movie. And then I actually watched it and I was like, oh, it's whatever. It was fine. It was, like, serviceable. I think it's one of those instances where it's just, like... I don't think the ending's bad, but, like, it's not satisfactory. But Stephen King says that the movie's ending is better than the ending he wrote, and I'm just like, You know, there's gotta be a shred of hope, man. Like, it feels brutal for no purpose. Fight Club is on Discord. Go get it now. Nods. Not sure if it counts as horror, but I really like Misery a lot. I think it does. That's technically, like, I don't know if, like, realistic horror is the right word, but I think that Misery is a horror, technically. Has anyone watched The Substance? I haven't, but I know about it. Admittedly, I sometimes read synopses before I watch movies to see if I'm wasting my money to go see it in the theater. But I read the synopsis for that one, and I thought it sounded really interesting. It seems like it's a lot more body horror than I usually watch in movies, so I was intrigued by it. But I have to go check it out. Last horror movie I watched fresh, other than Saw, because I just saw that this weekend. Haha, pun intended. I'd have to think about that. I can't remember what the newest horror movie I saw was. I didn't watch a lot this last Halloween season, honestly. I was kind of just not in the mood. This reminds me I really want to watch... I'm thinking of Ending Things, but I don't know if it's good. I've heard of the name, but I don't know anything about it. Alright, hold on, wait, there's more. Kind of basic, but I love the Conjuring movies. See, what's interesting is The Conjuring was kind of like my first introduction to big boy horror. Not like Goosebumps, but like adult horror movies that were not made for kids. So I do have a bit of a soft spot for the original Conjuring movie. On the other hand, the Catholic Church's involvement with the Conjuring movies and like also Ed and Lorraine Warren and his people were not very moral. So, and moral is a funny word to use for it, but they're just not the best of people. So I have mixed feelings on them. As movies, they're interesting. As pieces of nonfiction, I don't enjoy them. Non-fiction, air quotes. Which I don't not believe in ghosts. I just think that, like, stuff like that kind of makes it look hokey. You saying that made me realize those weren't for kids. My family likes them, so they were always on during Halloween. That's funny. They're kind of like baby horror movies, really. The Conjuring movies use a lot of jump hits and, like, camera pans to get their scares in. It's not anything that's, like, too intense for a teenager or, like, a younger kid. But they're not made for kids. Like, they have content in them that, like, most 11-year-olds don't know. I was not a normal 11-year-old, though, so I did. By the way, everyone should watch I'm Still Here right now, this instant. Wait, I don't know what that is, Lemmy. I think the reason they appeal to me is because of my Catholic upbringing. That would make sense. Also, thank you for the posture check. Thank you. Me and my girlfriend are Okra no Momo coded. I believe in aliens, and she believes in ghosts. That's so cute. I was going to ask if you like The Shining, but then I remembered you're in love with Shelley Duvall. Yes, I am. I love her. So, I like the book. I read The Shining book, and then I watched The Shining movie, and I did that when I was pretty young. I think I read The Shining over the summer... No, I read it over the winter. I read it over the winter of the year I was 14, and then I watched the movie when I was 15. And the bathtub scene freaked me the fuck out when I was a kid. I'm still genuinely pretty scared of it, because something about, like, decomposing bodies really scares me still. Especially, like, waterlogged bodies scares me. It's also part of the reason, which this may be a future homework assignment, I love the movie Lake Mungo. Lake Mungo is one of my favorite horror movies. I am scared pissless of the Lake Mungo scene where they find the cell phone. Anytime I want to be mean to myself, I watch that scene over and over again to scare myself so that I stop thinking whatever negative feeling I'm thinking otherwise. Because, like, I am so scared of that scene. It's not even, like, a jump scare scene either. Like, I don't want to, like, well, a little bit. I don't want to spoil Lake Mungo for people, but it's a mockumentary. It is a fake documentary about people, like, investigating the disappearance of their teenage daughter, or really the death of their teenage daughter and, like, what led up to it. Because they think that her ghost might still be haunting their house. And it is just a phenomenal fucking movie about death and, like, inevitability and fate, and I am petrified of it. I think about it all the time, and it scares me, and I love it because of that. It's a slow horror movie that does not need to jump at you to scare you. Oh, Jen's Machina, thank you for the resub. Peeking. What is this one again? Lake Mungo. It is... So that's another one where I'm going to say, for trigger warnings, there is CSA in the movie. You don't see it per se, but it is talked about. And there is a dead body at one point. Those are the two things you should really know going into Lake Mungo. But ultimately, it is pretty tasteful because it is meant to be a documentary, so the camera crew, air quotes camera crew, couldn't show those things in a documentary, so they don't. Oh, hold on. It's this. But it is one of the movies where it starts out kind of slow, and the conclusion just escalates and escalates and escalates and wraps around itself so perfectly and ties a little bow, and it's haunting. Thoughts on Blair Witch? Does it make me a bad horror movie fan if I haven't seen it? Also, the movie As Above, So Below literally traumatized me as a mid-teen. I recently revisited it, and yeah, it's still scary. It is. I've seen that one too. I've seen what's the one about the cave divers? I can't remember the name of that one. It's like the all-woman team of cave divers that are going on an adventure underground. I have seen As Above, So Below, and that one is genuinely still scary. I enjoy it. Descent, yeah. Okay, so I like The Descent. I think actually that's the most recent new horror movie I just watched, because I watched it for the first time when I was 25, and I'm 26 now. But that one's good. I find the multiple ending thing kind of interesting. Usually that sort of thing annoys me, but I actually like it for this movie. That movie was terrifying for me. I'm Late But Still Here is about Brazilian dictatorship, the disappearance and rapture of people done by the military government, the fear of what it did to families. Very interesting. Also, sorry, I'm looking back. Have you ever seen Black Rat, the Japanese slasher film? I have not. No, but I love Ju-on. Guys, if you ever want to watch like your first Japanese horror film, please watch Ju-on. Or like, I think that's the original Grudge, basically. I think. You can correct me if I'm wrong. Damn, you are old? What is that supposed to mean? I can't watch horror movies. I get paranoid way too easily. I mean, I get that. There's nothing wrong with that. But Ju-on is... Also, I think that's spelled like... this? I was gonna say, I'm not even old. I'm an adult. JK. Okay. But yeah, Ju-on is the movie that The Ring was based off. No, The Grudge was based off of? All I know is that Ju-on is the original movie that an American horror movie took the concept of and basically just did the same thing. This car is so awesome. It's so friend. It is. It's cute. It's just a little guy. Also, something I'm realizing now that I'm looking at it, these two cars, hold on. These two cars are not this car. This is a completely different car, because this is a convertible. Or no, it's a hatchback, I think, and this is just a regular car, like a regular Beetle. I got the wrong fucking car. You didn't realize that? No, I pulled these all thinking they were the same car. Dude, I don't know cars for shit. I just look at the picture and I'm like, I can draw that. They peeled it. The Grudge, I think. Okay. American filmmakers seem to love doing that, and they love doing it badly. This car has a flower vase next to the wheel to put flowers in. You pick. It is so friend. It does? That's so cute. Ju-on, Grudge Ringu, American The Ring. Really? As someone who loves horror as a genre but can't handle most horror movies because of mental health problems, it makes things like mouthwashing more special to me, because rarely I can enjoy horror that doesn't freak me out too hard, that it's not fun anymore, but freaks me out just enough to make me think. I completely get that. Calypso, what kind of things usually make you paranoid? Because I can tell you horror recommendations that will be more suitable based off of knowing what it is. Like, are you not a jump scares person? Are you not a like possession horror? Because I know that some people are really bothered by like ghosts and spirits. I don't know Car, so the calico car monster. Also, Jelly Wire, that is so cute. I will have to check that out. My family's car almost broke down in West Virginia where they filmed a scene from Wrong Turn. We knew this because we previously watched the movie. Oh no! Oh no! Oh, that's so scary. Jump scare horror really gets me. I don't like anything too grounded in reality, if that makes sense. No, it does. Like, I specifically really don't like home invasion horror. Like, it really freaks me out. Because I've always been really scared of that. So, also, what's funny is I drew this pretty well, but if I just, like, squatted a bit, that actually looks more like the car. I just drew it too stretched. I, like, Laffy Taffy stretched him. But yeah, no, I don't like home invasion horror. It really scares me. I don't like pregnancy horror. I'm really freaked out by that. And then I have, like, one or two very specific trigger warnings for things, but, like, they never come up, so. Alien parts are oh, yeah, I love aliens. I really love Nope, but I hate the Gordy scenes because it's too real. I get that. Calypso, you might like Lake Mungo, then, because the scariest parts of the movie are mostly supernatural. I love pregnancy horror. You are like my foil. You're the person that loves the thing that I'm most scared of. I just like the scene in God, what was it? It was not the newest Alien movie, not Romulus, but it was Prometheus. There was a scene in Prometheus where the main character gets pregnant and has to have like a last minute abortion, and I was like, that scared the fuck out of me. I was watching. I like had my eyes covered and I was like looking through my eyes. Or like looking through my fingers. Oh wait, I should do another poll. All right, what do we want to do? Opinions on The Thing? I love The Thing. The Thing is like my friend. This will probably be the last one because it's already 9 o'clock. So we have a tractor. Now, keep in mind too, because I've been saying this is a snow tractor. I don't think I said that the first time. Pickup truck. I'm not going to do another car, so I think I'm going to say bus. So it's just those three this time. The Thing is not your friend. It's my friend in my head. Wait, how do you see polls? They should come up on the top of the chat as like a little, like, drop-down arrow. Interesting. Here's how Tractor can still win. I mean, it might. Shout out to the dog actor from The Thing. Bro was so strange with the body language. I think about that dog actor all the time. Why was it so good? Oh my god, I totally forgot to add there is a third option of doing like a food truck. I'll put the food truck up against whoever wins this poll. He was just like that. Huskies are like that for real. I don't hate huskies, but I do find them quite unnerving. Like, why are your eyes like that? Well, I know why they're like that. It's so that they can see better in snow. Like, it's an evolutionary benefit. It's just a little scary. Huskies have the scariest eyes to me. The thing is, they're not bad dogs. They're a little hyperactive. Like, that's not their fault. They're literally working dogs, and people have them in fucking Texas for whatever reason. But I feel bad for pugs. They used to make me uncomfortable. I just feel bad because they're uncomfortable. It's just hearsay, but isn't he a wolf dog? Is he? Also, have you ever seen a lusky? Have you ever seen a husky with a lion cut? I was so confused the first time I saw it. Oh, wait, there's so many questions. Never seen The Thing. Will it trigger my paranoia if I watch it? It's sci horror. Okay, so the reason that I would say probably not is because nothing like that should ever be able to happen to you. But there is an element of like distrust among the crew. But really, the entire time you watch it, you're just like, why don't they just fucking talk to each other? And it's because that's the point of the movie. It's like men not communicating with each other is their downfall in survival situations. Ooh, Snow Tractor Bus is like tied, almost. Huskies throwing temper tantrums if you ask them to come in during a snow day. It's so cute, though. The Thing is Among Us? No, they're right. The Among Us and Alien. Like Alien, the Thing, and Among Us are all like this. They're like like a French braid. Why are they tied? We're gonna have to run a third poll. I hate badly done miscommunication. I will throw the TV out the window. So Cookie, the reason that I think it works for the movie though is because the movie The Thing is a commentary on not necessarily American, on male militarism and the fact that people favor violence over like networks of communication, and that violence causes distrust, which causes the downfall of communities. So like that's the point. It's not like, oh, these stupid guys, why won't they just talk to each other? You can understand why they wouldn't trust each other, but the reason that ultimately things pan out the way that they do is because they don't trust each other and they don't talk. It's about men's emotional unavailability and toxic masculinity. Yes, thank you. You word that much better than me. Thank you, Shagoli. All right, last poll. I'm going to make it a short one. Snow tractor versus cafe food truck. It's going to be 1 minute. Metaphor, Chad. Being isolated really does damage to the mind. Well, so the other thing that is really interesting, and this is like something that, well, I won't go into it. I can talk, that might be another homework movie that we talk about later. It always goes back to toxic masculinity. I mean, that's what Fight Club is about. I think it's Jover for tractor. Holy shit. You guys really want to see a food truck. Okay. Sorry, Snow Tractor. Would it help if I pulled both of the pictures in so you can see what I'm talking about? Snow Tractor and food truck. Also, wait, Fight Club is also about repressed homosexuality. It is, and it's also about male intimacy and corporate suppression of interpersonal intimacy. Because the book was written by a gay man after he and his boyfriend got beat up walking home together, and the next day at work, no one asked him why he was beat up. And that experience inspired Fight Club. I'm trying so hard. I'm literally fighting for my life not to spoil this movie. Wait, which one won? Help. Which one won the poll? Was it Cafe Food Truck? Wait, is it about repressed homosexuality? I thought Tumblr made that up. No, it's literally written by a gay man. Okay, Food Truck won. Good. Here's the thing, though. If you go into Fight Club expecting, like, gay romance, you will not get gay romance. Fight Club may be gay sex, but it is not gay love. It is gay loss. Fight Club is genuinely all about how men can't be intimate with each other without feeling lesser, so instead of doing that, they hurt each other. Chapter 1, I never lie. And the thing is that's really interesting is, like, I gotta spoil it. All right, because you just have to watch it, and then we can talk about it next week. Because I can go into each of the scenes of the movie and explain how this culminates and, like, what it builds up to. It's also anti-capitalist. Like, that's also an important factor in this. A gay man can write about more than just gay subtext, but it is definitely a facet of it. It absolutely is. I think that's why it's important to know what inspired it, because you're right. A gay man can write anything that he desires, but that inspiration was because of an experience from being a gay man. Thank you for not spoiling, of course. I don't like spoiling movies, especially movies that I like. I like talking about them, but that's not the same thing. I think that ultimately they should be experienced first by yourself, and then we can talk about them after. Shigoli is real. Shigoli is real. There's another element that I want to talk about so badly in it, but I can't. It's a spoiler, so I shan't. Literally, like, imagine a vein, like, popping out of my neck as I'm, like, staring bug-eyed at the screen. Like, this is me resisting talking about something in Fight Club that I want to talk about. Resist, I will. I'll be good. I always am. I'm always good. I want chat to enjoy things and here's also part of it. Part of the reason I don't want to spoil it or tell anyone what it's about before you watch it is I want you to watch it and I want everyone to come back. Oh, we're not doing it on Twitch. We're not doing that shit on Twitch. If you guys want to watch it together as a Discord server, please do. But I want you guys to watch it together and leave room for open interpretation, talk to each other about it, and then come back here and we'll talk about it. But I want you to have the time to kind of like digest the movie yourself before I start talking about it, because I want you to form your own thoughts. And I want you, if you disagree with me, to disagree with me and tell me why. Sorry, I misunderstood. That's okay, Fash Ketchup. Please don't worry. It was more so like legally we couldn't do it because it's first of all, we would get copyright struck, and second of all, it's an adult movie. Would it be possible to ask what programming you use for your model? I use VideoTube Mini. And yes, you do have to rewatch it because it's one of those that's much better on second rewatch. Movie club. I mean, I watched the movie for the first time in my film class in high school because there was like a elective that you could take. In high school, you have blocks of time, right, that you're given. And for the first few years of high school, you have to do specific classes that you're assigned. But after a certain amount of time, I think it's in your junior year, you start having open blocks where you can have self-directed study. And you can pick what electives you have in those open blocks. So the first year, essentially, that I had open blocks, the classes that I took were a film class, a psychology class, and an animation class. The animation class was absolutely hot dookie garbage because it was taught by our photo professor that didn't know how to draw and didn't know any animation programs. So that was bad, and I just wound up playing poker in it after I made like a single flash animation and got bored. But my film class was phenomenal, and I saw a lot of really good movies in that class that I think stuck with me forever. Scheduled blocks sound nice. Too bad I don't have time for that. Yeah. I mean, they were scheduled blocks. Why are all high school animation courses like that? Because they're high in demand and no one wants to hire an art professor because they're shit to their art professors. Also, think about it. They don't give their art teachers enough money to even buy physical art supplies. Animation programs are expensive. So you'd think that they're going to pay an already, like, a group of professors and teachers that they already don't give enough money for supplies for computer programs? No. When did you learn how to draw? I've been drawing my entire life, but I would say I took my studies more seriously when I went to college. And so I don't think I really learned how to draw well until I was older. I think I did like to draw, always. But I started actually doing, like, life studies and figure studies and, like, thinking about the history of art beyond just, oh, I like Pokemon are cool, and I like to draw cartoons, when I was in my senior year and I took my first art history class, and when I was in college and I was doing figure studies classes. Oh, I don't actually have a brush setting ever fluctuating, but I do have it in my Q&A. If you go to my card, there's a section about how I built my brush. I should honestly make that. Oh, that's the door. Hold on. I gotta do the door before I even do the window. To the window. To the wall. Wait. I've been drawing since middle school, and it's insane how sketchbooks quickly pile up over the years. I wish I could say the same. I didn't start saving my sketchbooks until I was, like, 19? I used to just throw them away when I was done with them. I did that to a lot of my art when I was a kid. I just threw it away when it was done. What having no one that believes in you will do to a motherfucker. So I don't have a lot of, like, my older art. Yeah, it's because, like, my mom kept telling me not to go into art and that it was a waste of my time, and when she found it, she would, like, scold me for it. So, you know, it was, like, just something laying around anyway. I didn't have a lot of space growing up in my room, so I got used to just chucking things that I wasn't using. Which, you know, looking back is really shitty, but, like, it's all I knew. It's all I had. That's one of the reasons now that I like to preserve stuff. Actual movie villain behavior from your mom. A bit of a silly question, but are you zooming in and we can't see? No, I just draw zoomed out. I think it's better to draw zoomed out because even if the lines are imperfect, it helps you get an idea for the shape of what you're drawing more so than drawing zoomed in will. I genuinely encourage, if you guys like drawing digitally, you should try drawing zoomed out more. I think it'll make your art look more like what you want it to look like. Wait, say what too casually? Wait, did I say something? I literally forgot. That's shocking. I really can't do that on a phone. Yeah, it's different on a phone screen. I am on a computer screen. So this is about the size of like a, what's it called? A canvas. Your mom saying your work was bad and worthless? It's just because that's what... So here's the thing. I'm neutral to it now. I realize that those things aren't true. And that she was projecting a lot. And I think in her own kind of fucked up way, she thought she was doing me a favor because she didn't do the things that she wanted to do when she was younger because she gave up on them. And she saw that as inevitable for me. So she was trying to beat me down before someone else did it and did it meaner. I think what she didn't realize, though, is that I wasn't going to give up. I was just going to keep doing it or die. And all she did is make my life not feel worth living. So I had that moment where I was just like, if I can't do art, then I don't really want to be here. And then everyone freaked it at me and was like, what do you mean you want to die? Got mad, abandoned me, or... was like, please don't do that. Many different reactions. And then I was like, well, if I'm really starting over from square zero, then I have nothing to lose, so I may as well give it an actual try to do art. And now we're here. It's a very mature perspective. I think it's one necessary to survival. Like, if you go through your life thinking of people as monsters, you'll never be comfortable, you'll never be satisfied. You'll either go through life not trusting people because you're scared that anyone could be someone evil hiding in plain sight, or you'll go through life chasing vengeance or justice for those that hurt others, when in reality, focusing on healing harm done to people is much more productive. And first of all, karma works itself out. When people do shitty things, people catch on. They can hide it, but not for very long. And second of all, at the end of the day, they're punishing themselves the most. Like, they are miserable, make no mistake. They might not let it on, but those people are usually only acting that way because something in their own life is miserable and they feel the need to punish someone else for it. And I see it in the chat and I appreciate it, but guys, I don't hate my mom. Like, I genuinely don't. I want her to be happy. I just am not going to be that happiness because I need to live and I need to have, like, you know, I can't, if she can't have a healthy relationship with me, then I need to be okay first. And I'm always going to be here to say, like, if you've changed, I can come back, but I haven't seen that yet. And so I don't feel any guilt about it because it wouldn't be good for either of us, really. I needed to hear this, not gonna lie. I think it's the perspective that a lot of like kids with abusive relationships with their parents need to hear, because you are never gonna get the satisfaction of them saying sorry. So you need to first take care of the life that you have left. And the thing is, if you do, that's great, but stop waiting. Stop waiting for someone to do something that they've never shown that they have any inclination to do, because they're probably not sorry. They probably think that everything they did was completely justified, and until you let them know, hey, that hurt to the point where I'm going to take a step back, they might not change anything. Someone with an abusive parent, it is much easier said than done. Absolutely it is. This took years to get to, too. This is not an overnight thing. I was mad for years. And I think the only thing that let me get to this point was by people not trying to stop me from being mad. Like, I had to be mad so that I could be mad for myself and believe that I deserved to get upset over, like that I deserved not to be treated that way. And then after I thought about it, I was like, this is doing nothing but hurting me further. And then I was able to calm down. But I think trying to tell someone when they're not at that stage, like, oh, you have to forgive, you have to be chill, it's not going to do anything. It's just going to make them repress it and feel guilty for their feelings. I think I know deep down that the hurt from the past isn't going to go away even if I suppress it. Suppressing it does nothing. Actually, the real path to feeling better is letting yourself feel bad. You have to get angry. You have to get pissed off because you have to be like, I didn't deserve to be treated that way. How do I deserve to be treated? And then start forming standards for your future relationships. I'm trying to accept I don't think my parents will ever apologize for anything. It's a process. And that them not apologizing doesn't mean it was right. I mean, think about how many people go through their lives doing shitty things to other people and think that they were completely justified for them. At the end of the day, no one does things because they think they're wrong. They do things that they think are correct. And it's a lot harder for people to hear you did something that hurt me that was wrong than it is for them to think your perspective is wrong, because that means that they weren't in the wrong. Does that make sense? A lot of people are more scared of change and admitting fault than they are, like, potentially losing someone because, like, they can't admit that they did something wrong. Because it would mean that they did something wrong. And then they have to cope with that. It is fucked up, but there's... Okay, and this is another hear me out instance. Try to think of times that you've done that too. Because it's not a unique trait. There's no evil or bad type of person. Every single... Humans are creatures of comfort, and as good as we'd like to think that we are, at some point in your life you are going to do something that resembles the worst person that you know, and you have to not break down about it. So think about the things that hurt you that other people do, and try to think of when you do them, so that you can catch it when it happens. A very good example of this that a lot of people will use, and this is specifically like allies will do this. That's actually not Harbor, that's Forrest. That's Forrest cooking in the background. Sorry, Lemmy can hear you.
Oh, I was making at the Asian grocery store, there were like black sesame dumplings and a ginger sauce. And I've been munching on the coconut strips we got, and I'm like, okay, well, obviously I want something more than fucking coconut strips, or else I'm going to eat the entire container. So I want to try these.
Dumpling sour.
Mm-hmm. Well, because usually I really like, there's like a frozen pumpkin custard that we get, and I'm like, well, I want to try something new.
I'm trying to think if there's any, because I'm kind of hungry too, but I don't want to eat, like, because we got Reese's Cups. I don't want to eat candy. Like, I don't think that's what I'm in the mood for. I can always eat Reese's Cups because I love peanut butter and chocolate.
Do you want pretzels? There's still pretzels in the freezer.
There are. You can make soft pretzels.
Yeah, I'll make soft pretzels.
Could you make cinnamon soft pretzels?
Yeah, I'll make cinnamon.
Fuck yes! Mouthwashing moment. How much for yourself can you see in Jimmy? Exactly! Everything is complicated and nothing is completely right or wrong. Just making sure you can try and be the best version of yourself is all that matters. Exactly. It's almost like I write a webcomic about this concept, and it was originally a coping mechanism for me that so many other people really liked, but at some point you're going to do something that present you will find unthinkable, and you still have to live after that. You can't die. You have to keep being a person. You have to figure out a way to both make amends for that and also not hate yourself. What the fuck is Leica's comment about? You have no idea. You have no idea. You have no idea where we're going, my friend. If you haven't read it, you might actually have an idea where we're going if you have. I joined at the right time. You joined at the right time. It's a little, like, the stream has been going on for a while. Mars is so BPD to me. There, oh god, I can't talk about it. I can't talk about my own damn comic because it's a spoiler. But there's like, so here's the thing. There's a lot of things with Mars that will be relatable to a lot of different people, and you won't know anything until it's over. But trust, I cooked. Mars BPD is not canon. Also because Mars is a child and, like, it's illegal to diagnose a child with BPD. But there is definitely a sprinkle of mental health thing in all of the characters in different facets. Just trust I have cooked. Ow, my hand. Ow. I just punched my computer stand. What's BPD? It's borderline personality disorder. It's a personality disorder. Bipolar would just be described as, like, would just be said as bipolar. BPD is specifically borderline personality. The mental health found family brothers, please. Bleak. You could also say just BP, like for bipolar. That makes sense, too. Leica's Comet, as a setting, is about a world slowly dying and someone trying to help it. I expect the story to be painful in the best way because that's what the healing process is. Sometimes painful, but necessary. It's a very good way of describing it, Coda. I would agree with that. Also, I know that this isn't the reference, but I think it's cute, so I'm doing it. Smiles. I add the embellishments I want. Children can't be diagnosed with a personality disorder because they haven't developed enough to cognitively determine if it is a personality disorder or something else exactly. Now, you could say, like, this character reminds me of myself when I was a kid and I have BPD. That is perfectly fine, as a matter of fact. That is understandable if that were the case. But I would not say this character definitively has BPD because they're a child, is what I'll say. Hello, welcome in, JT Wesky. I didn't even know that Leica's was post-natural disaster until it was mentioned in the stream. From the comic or from, like, have you read the comic? Because that means I did a bad job. I thought it was, but I could be wrong. I thought I had done an okay job. Is it okay to ping you? But what's the background noise? It's so nice. It is snow falling sounds. Let me grab the video. Unless you mean the cooking noise that's in the background. That's my boyfriend making dumplings. Also, thank you for the hydrate, actually. It's pretty clear if you've gotten to the end of chapter 1. I hope so. My dumplings exploded! No! I have read the comic, but I meant more like you saying society doesn't function the same. Okay. That part we haven't gotten into yet, so you will learn more about that soon. Really, the only thing you need to know is that a comet hit Firth and things are a little different now. Or a comet almost hit Firth, sorry. I keep saying hit, but it's like, not really. Half-seas. It didn't hit it. I know! I'm sorry! I'm bad at describing my own comic. It kind of just put Zaza on Firth. Did I literally just realize Firth is a pun based on fur and earth? No, you're not stupid. Also, it's the 4th planet from the sun. It's the first planet from the sun, so it's multifaceted. I contain multitudes. Charmiest, hello. Sorry, I've been lurking the whole time and I never do the lurk action. No, it's okay. Honestly, that's just there for flavor text if you want it. You drawing this made me realize that I don't have to finish a drawing quickly. Not at fucking all, especially not a car. Also, it can be messy. It doesn't have to be, like, perfectly measured. If you're an illustrator, the point is getting across that a thing exists. You are not an architect. You can draw like an architect if you want to, but you don't have to. Promise I'm not cooking up just saying shit. Also, I'm an ass. Alright, so I think this is, like, here. Crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. Crazy, scary, spooky, hilarious. Mustard. Sorry, I can hear my voice in the other room from my boyfriend's phone. I'm scared. Guy who likes architecture. Wouldn't it be sick if I was good at architecture? I do want to improve. That's why I keep drawing the damn Minecraft houses and just random buildings from around where we live. Which will not be posted, because that could be like a soft dox, so I won't do that. But taking photos offline and drawing them I could do. Draw like an octopus that got hold of permanent marker. I love your mind. What the hell? Why is that one? Oh, that's the table. Okay. I think this may go too far out, actually. Or no, it just doesn't... Okay. This doesn't go far enough. I need to study architecture. Ah, spooky scary. It's like, it's not bad. It's all lines at the end of the day. I don't know what study streams you have planned, but would you ever consider hairstyles and hair accessories? I would do that. I would definitely do that. Because I do like... I would have to collect more pictures. But I like drawing hair. I love afros. I want to, like, draw all the different ways to, like, stylize afros. Because the way I learned was to draw the mass first and then focus on the light hits and not worry about, like, the individual hair. But I think it'd be cool to, like, do different, like, levels of texture with it, too. Like, different levels of rendering, you know? Yippee! I was just about to say I wanted to see your afros again. I have to find my old figure drawing art because, like, I think I was saying on another stream, my figure drawing models that I worked with all through college were a younger black woman, an older black woman, a non-binary model whose name was Spore. Crazy fucking name. I still love that. I think about them all the time.
I don't know if I put too much cinnamon
my
on
god,
them.
what happened?
Cinnamon.
Baby, they look like a mummy from a sarcophagus. I mean, it tastes kind of like cinnamon apple. I mean, cinnamon sugar. Okay. No! They're just not very sugary. It's mostly just it's more pretzel than anything. I wonder if the sugar cooked off. Actually, honey, I think that's what happened. I think the sugar burned.
Oh. I'm sorry.
No, it's okay. I think if you did like another layer of it, it would be fine. Also, you don't have to apologize. You made me a snack. Also, I might stop here with this truck and come back to it. Oof, my back on another stream because I already did the bike and the car. No need to go crazy. Plus, my back is a little sore. So that might be a sign. But, do we want to just go to bed? Do we want to raid someone new? Maple is streaming right now. Hold on, this is another new person I've never seen. Hold on, we gotta do the sniff test. Let me switch over to chatting in the meantime. Let's see. Okay, LGBTQ. Cool. Okay, you seem nice. Hold on. Let's raid someone new. I feel like we've raided oomfies a decent amount. 4-leaf close-up, salute. Thank you everyone for watching stream. Tomorrow night I'll be doing more work art, and I will be doing a thumbnail for a YouTube video that should hopefully be out this weekend, I think. But I'll see you then, and we're gonna go raid this person. Hopefully, everyone be niceies. I've never raided this person before, and I'm curious to meet another art streamer. But they seem cool, so let's go give it a try. And ciao.